Some of
So
you
did
guys.
anybody stay with Sancho's?
Well, there's still a lot of people going to Sancho as far as I know. Everyone, I don't know how many people have changed, but I know that very cool, very nice,
Nice.
very nice, very, very nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Now, where'd that come from, Eddie?
My design.
Bonfire.
Yeah, Bonfire.
Gotcha.
So I know Journey with the Gingers, as far as I know, they're still going there, and there was still, I think
Naughty Cruiser normally goes there too.
What's that?
I think Mike Naughty Cruiser normally goes there too.
Now Mike the Naughty Cruiser is going to Paradise.
Oh, he is. Okay.
He is going to Paradise. But I believe Moonlight Adventures is still going to, unless they change, but they were still going to Sancho's, and I had a list of about 30 people that was going to Sancho's, so there's still going to be a big bunch going there, I believe.
Yeah. Once I heard ICT say that they were going there, and you said that you were going to, I said, wait a minute, is Bruce pulling his leg or is he serious? That's why I text you, say, you going? You say, yeah. I say, oh, I'm going. So I went ahead and booked it, and then I text Alice, said, oh, make changes, no Sancho's, we're going to Paradise Beach. She's like, okay, cool. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it made me think like she wanted to go there instead of Sancho. So fine with me. I don't have a problem with that at all.
I'll talk to the wife and then I'll make the final decision.
So Ricky, where do you want to go? Because I know she's sitting right there. I can see she's right off camera. You might come on camera.
And he's in, and Mike is sweating too. He's in. Oh, check this out! I got 3 mics in a row. I am under compliance. I am definitely compliance
for the win.
That's right. I got 3 squares in a shot. So definitely for the win.
Just looking at the screen though, I just hear the song. There's a lady.
Yep.
The lovely lady.
We need to get 2 more in here.
I just sent that to somebody else. So let's see. Let's see they pop in.
So Eddie, this just came in like in the last 30 seconds.
Uh-oh.
And it's about today's morning show.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
And my only guess is that it was the Jubilee video we played.
Yeah. Copyright claim was created for content to go live together with. Ooh. Wow.
So when I looked at it, it's today's video.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of that wasn't us just talking was that video. So there's something in there. Obviously, nobody else has to worry about it at this point, but it's definitely something for the future.
Wow.
If there's anything like that or whatever, it could possibly happen again.
Interesting. Very good.
You got a copyright claim on a video you guys played this morning?
Yeah, so we played this. Jeremy found this video or something about it. Basically, what it was is it was these like BDMs or something that had done this like whole presentation about Jubilee. But in the beginning of their presentation, they had some some of the carnival artists rendering shots from around the ship. And I guess they had some type of music playing to it. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't really... it wasn't obvious to me that any of that music was anything commercial.
Yeah.
Or anything that I had heard or anything like that. So, I mean, I guess maybe I wasn't paying attention enough to it. I don't know. But there was nothing obvious about it. But literally... while I was sitting here listening to you guys talking about this, I got this email, and I don't typically look at my email too expediently at this time of night, but I just decided to pull it up, and I was like, oh, great. It says, hi, Mr. Drill. After a manual review, a copyright owner has claimed some material in your video. So I went
Well,
in.
if it was the video
looked
from
at
this
my content.
morning, and if all you guys are streaming on your live, everyone's probably going to get one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, for sure, right? But out of the three of us that were on the live, I think I'm the only one that's monetized.
Hmm.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Not
just
that
a
I-
claim,
not-
right?
Not that I care about it, right? Not that I care about the 32 cents. I'll make off of it or whatever, right? I don't care. I'm just pointing it out to you because literally it just happened while you guys were talking. So
You travel agents, have y'all heard anything on Utopia yet? Guess that's a no.
it's all about Icon these days.
Well, I got some information on Utopia.
All right.
The order came in this week to my client company for the marine carpet padding to be manufactured and shipped out to the shipyard. So that's
Gotcha.
was it that one? Or the first order is 50 cargo containers full. Each cargo container holds 450 rolls.
Wow.
Each roll is 30 yards.
Holy moly, that's a lot of carpet.
Well, the last of the Icon went out this week, and that was second half, and that was 100 containers.
A ship like that, that's a city by itself, That thing is humongous.
Yeah.
Clock is dying to book a cruise. Utopia better hurry up.
That's right. Sherry, it's been a few weeks without a cruise booked. So I'm
Oh my lord.
I got pennies burning a hole in my pocket.
Guess who is in and supine? Supine? Okay. I have no idea what that means, but we'll go with the flow. Hey, you could always book me a cruise, Mike, if you're that desperate to.
I mean, I could, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Did I tell you that Alice surprised me with a cruise?
I was there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Tuesday evening. Wow.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Man, you're getting old, Eddie.
Hey, I am old. I think I'm the oldest here right now.
Hey, Clock, have you booked the Jubilee yet?
I'm on the Family Union Group Cruise 2.0. That is July 27th, 2024.
That's a Jubilee?
Yeah.
Nice.
Remember, we were going to do one with you, and then you found out that Have Luggage Will Travel was doing theirs, so you said, well, I'm not going to do it at the same time. So I needed something for my daughter's graduation, so we went ahead and booked that one.
Nice.
We've never been to Texas either, so I think we're going to go in a couple days early and see how Texas is.
Yeah, Houston and Galveston are not. I mean, we normally go in a couple days early, and we stay in Houston until the day of the cruise, and then we catch the cruise line transfers.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Clock, Texas is not, nothing to worry
But
about.
Galveston is nice.
It's just a piece of land.
I'll tell you what,
flat,
Jeremy
right?
can tell you all about it. I got your back, Jeremy. Galveston is nice.
Yes.
Well, Cheryl said we can stay at her house, so I think we're all staying in Jeremy and Cheryl's.
In fact, I bet you they'll give you up their room and they'll sleep on the couch so you guys can be real comfortable.
Yeah.
The incoming information is not computing at this current moment in time. I'm still mulling over what Scott got in the email. That's terrible. So I went searching through the channel. We did not get one as of yet.
I mean, it's not a big deal. If you guys want, I'll forward it on to you so you can read it. It just says this is not a copyright strike. The claim does not affect your account status. video title, Go Live Together with Coffee and Tea, copyrighted content, Full House, claimed by Ad Rev for third party.
Some schmuck.
No, ad revenue. So clearly, that affected someone's ad revenue. That's what that sounds like.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't, especially with AdSense with YouTube, it doesn't affect it a whole lot. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care about it. I just it just happened to like come in right like 10 seconds after I joined the live.
Right.
So I was just like, oh, wow. And then I opened up my studio to look at which one, because every one of them is called Go Live with Coffee and Tea.
Right.
So it was. And it was today's video. So I thought about today's video for a moment. The only thing I could think of was the carnival video we showed. So there must have been some audio in there that somebody had an issue with. But
Or it could. Did you say it was Ad Rev?
But that's what it says. It says claimed by Ad Rev for a third party is the actual.
Ad Rev is the management agency for Carnival Cruise Lines, and
I'm sure
it does all their television and media advertising.
Yeah, so I mean, but the only thing we showed was just the Jubilee part, which was what, like, I don't even know how long it was. It was like maybe a 2 minutes,
couple of minutes.
Like that.
Yeah,
I mean, that video is like super long though, right? Like there's because then those BDMs come in and they start talking for like 10,000 years about this, that, and everything else. So we obviously didn't show any of that. So
but those videos, that is so amazing, because those videos are readily available for us to use for advertising our.
Oh no, trust me,
agency.
Trust me. My response back to YouTube, will be, as a travel agent, I'm licensed to use this material.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, then YouTube will come back and say, good news, we've sided in your favor, because this has happened to me before, right?
It has too.
Not the first time
it happened to me on music that I got off of Epidemic Sound, a song. And so I'm like, no, this is no copyright song. And then they came back and said, well, good news. After further review, we've chosen your favor, and the claim now has been removed.
Right. So I mean, that's happened. I mean, like I said, it's happened to me before, and I think there's only been one that I lost, and the rest of them. I mean, like I've only probably had 6 or 7 copyright claims, like in the entire age of my channel, and I've only lost one. So
right.
Yeah, I got hit by a copyright strike on one of my older channels when I was doing band management, and they came back and said, well, perform an AC/DC song on a video, and I turned around and said, well, here's my ASCAP license. So they turned it over right away. I've never had a problem since.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
But yeah, the email came in at 10:15 p.m. So
I think somebody has nothing better to do at 10:15 in the evening.
I know, it's like give me a break.
The bots never sleep, though. The bots are always scanning.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's true, but he said it was a manual review.
Yeah, that's what it says. It says, hi, the Mustard Drill. After a manual review, a copyright owner has claimed some material in your video. Your video is live and visible. Settings you selected remain applied to it, but it is now either being monetized by the copyright owner, or they have chosen to receive analytics about it. This is a copyright strike. The claim does not affect your channel status. And then it goes on, Go Live with Coffee and Tea, copyrighted content, Full House, claimed by Ad Rev for third party. Next steps. If there are no problems, you don't need to take any action, and you don't need to delete your video. If something went wrong and the copyright owner or our system made a mistake, we have a dispute process. Only use it when you're confident that your rights to use the content in your video, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, that's about it. Basically, it says, sincerely, the YouTube team. So,
which is located in California. It just
so
dawned on me. They're still open.
yeah, I mean, like I'll totally be like in the morning. I'll probably be sitting here drinking.
Hey, somebody needs to screenshot this. We got the Brady Bunch panel.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So I'll definitely dispute it in the morning. See what happens with it. I don't care about
I've
it.
had three songs.
Yep, Rob's gone.
I make.
I've had 3 songs
32
from
cents off of that video.
iMovie.
Anyway, so.
How y'all doing?
Okie dokie.
How you doing, Rob? Are you awake?
I'm
You
awake.
sure?
I'm awake.
Bruce Vet, is that root beer you're drinking?
That is not root beer. It's
Oh.
Dogfish Head, 90
Okay, because it was a brown bottle. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, it's root beer.
Yeah, root beer, yeah.
Root beer plus.
It's a little spiked. It's not sugar in it, it's something else.
Have you tried the grandpa's root beer? Or not your grandpa's root beer? It's spiked root beer.
Haven't even heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of it. So
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's different.
So I don't know. Maybe this was talked about before I got in here or whatever. But Mike, how is Rheanna?
There she is.
Resting.
Hola.
It's good to see you, Rheanna. I'm glad you're doing
Hola.
well.
Yes, very good.
She's doing good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I checked my email, so I didn't see anything. So it's like you say.
I think it's. I got it because I'm the only one out of the 3 that are monetized. So I think that's probably why I got it. I mean, that's my process. After the show is done, I go in and I tag the video and I put some other stuff in. I put my thumbnail in. I turn copyright. I mean, I turn monetization on. I stipulate that there's no sexuality or nudity or violence or anything else in it. Submit it, and it's done. So it's kind of how the whole process goes after the show is over. So I'm sure that's why I got it.
Right.
See, if it was Mike, then we have to worry about it.
But I think like the last time I looked at the lives monetizations, like it was 0.002, right? So it's like,
Damn.
yeah. So it's what, like 0.2 of a cent made off of that video or something like that. So it's like, again, I'm not worried about it all. I don't care.
Add some more ads to it.
Yeah, I mean, the ads get stuck in the way they get stuck in. I don't ever manually adjust my ads. I just let the algorithm stick them in wherever they are.
I just watched Have Luggage Will Travel's Embarkation Day video, and that is a truly amazing vlog. Go ahead and check that out. It's from our celebration sailing. She got the whole group in one smooth shot, and the camera work on it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I watched your vlog on the ship tour, Jeremy. It's pretty nice.
It is, but it's incomplete. It is incomplete. I did not get a chance. Well, I had chances. However, I did not take them to run upstairs and get Bolt in action. So yeah, I feel as though it's incomplete, but that's what I had. So I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Was Bolt shut down most of the time, like people say it is a lot of times?
It's just when it was running, it was extremely hot out there. We were traveling Southern Caribbean, and it was absolutely melting.
I get you.
Not to change the subject, but Rob, you asked a question the other day, and I ordered a second pair, so this is where they came from.
Zazzle?
Okay. 10. Okay.
Nice.
Very good. Wayne's World Unlimited. Hello, just a quick hello. It's 3:30 in the morning here in the UK. Well, thank you for taking the time to say hello. Coffee walks in whatever. Rheanna is doing great. She's doing good at home. it's gonna take some time, but she'll be kicking Mike's behind real soon. Nothing more about that. Hello, Granny, filming again. Scott McNeil's in the house. Welcome in, sir. We also have Jennifer from Invocation Nation. Destination Fun still here with us. Uh, Clocker. Ooh, who's this Clock Family Adventures that I keep seeing here? Who knows?
Mhm.
And out and about with Sam I Am is also here. And I saw somebody earlier, Brenda Canada from Canada somewhere. And Emily Archer is also here. Alphabet Fan 2022. I accidentally clicked on this. Well, welcome anyway. You could hang out with us. We talk about cruising and other paraphernalia that we might come up with. So, welcome in. Fats and Trey also just made it. Thank you, thank you. And I hope you are doing well, Mike. Yes, and they are doing well. I don't know which Mike. I'm hoping you're referring to Mike from Rheanna Adventures, but the other two Mikes are doing good too. So, and it's probably Mike Clark because you've been buddies with him lately when it comes to booking cruises.
Sure sounds like you're jealous, Eddie.
No, 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 no whatsoever.
Jealousy will get you
I got my two cruises for
nowhere.
next year, and I got a third one out of surprise. So, to you.
Would you like to compare?
Already working on 3-4 next year, 2024. Already got 2 in the looks for 2025. So,
How many do you have booked right now, Clock?
Eight.
That's
Eight?
it.
Yeah, with another next cruise right here. So technically 9, I guess you could say.
Clock, you're on World America, right?
Yes,
So what's the date of that sailing? Is that the 12th? April 12th?
April 12th. That's
Yeah.
correct. And Cruise Vet's on it now, and Embarkation Nation is on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeremy, did y'all get on it?
Jeremy is considering it.
Considering it.
Considering it. It has not been. It has not been booked.
And I'm not one
Yeah,
of.
I looked at the itinerary. I mean, the itinerary is okay, right? But it's nothing special.
I'm not doing it for the itinerary. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
because
right. You're doing it for the ship,
The,
right?
the experience leaving New York City would be my reason.
We're not going out of New York. We're
Yeah,
going
it's
out of
not going
Miami.
out of New York. Yeah, it's
Was
going
that
out of
Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
It's out of
Oh,
Miami.
wait a minute. There's another ship that we were talking about that leaves out of New York. I forget which one.
Benzio?
I don't know. We talk about cruising all day.
Yeah.
The signals aren't registering.
You
Yeah.
blew my bubble here talking about New York. You got me all excited, and it's like, oh, we're out of Miami.
Yeah, it's going out of Miami.
Yeah.
So,
Cruises are actually cool. Yes, they are. They got you. They get you hooked.
Yes, they do.
That's a good thing.
They very addicting.
yeah.
For selling 3-week clock. Oh my lord! I feel sorry for you, Jeremy.
You're selling a lot more than 3 with us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So
We got
booze
booze
cruise this year.
I only got one.
Are you doing FRGC too? Or you
No.
did not do
No, no, no.
that? You're doing Tropic Like a Hot though, right?
Yes.
You doing Booze Cruise next year? Or not
Yes.
sure yet?
Haven't
3.
booked, but definitely already made up my mind. Yes.
Okay. And then Alaska?
In Alaska.
And then possibly the
Maybe.
World America.
Maybe World America. I don't know. Let's see how Tropic Like Its Hat goes because it's 2 months later,
Yeah.
and then it precedes our
2025
and
is
then-
far,
and then
right?
it precedes our Alaska cruise as well, which is the same year in June. So I don't know. That's right. But that's right between 2 big ones,
Mhm.
Yep.
especially Alaska. I don't know. It's being considered. That's the best I can do.
Like I said this morning, every time I book something out that far, I always regret it because then like 10 other things come along that I want to do more.
Right.
And I'm stuck. So
And so far, 2024 Booze Cruise 2 is the only one that I've even looked at or considered for next year, and that's Unbecoming. We got a private chat.
Hey Bruce, when is that? What month is that Alaska cruise?
Okay.
June 15th.
Okay, I'm still pondering that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one. I'm excited because
Bruce,
it's a helping hand for cruising one now. So
Bruce,
Yeah.
how much is that bear excursion? No, I'm serious. I'm actually.
None of the excursions have been released yet, so I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I stumbled across this YouTube channel. You guys have probably, I know maybe some of you have heard it before, like Party of Two Travel or something like that, or Party of Two Cruise or something.
Yes, I've seen them. Yes.
Party of Two cruising.
So, yeah, they have a bunch of paradise videos right now that are, I guess, are their latest videos. So I don't know. And what they mentioned was in the beginning of the video that I saw was that during their entire cruise, the ship was like everything was busted. Everything was broken. Things were closed or out of service, or maintenance was working on things or whatever. So maybe that's why they're dry docking it. You know, maybe things are just
it could be
falling apart on it.
Yep. Definitely.
They had this one scene or whatever where like one of the pool deck windows, like, you know, the whole deck, you know, deck high window or whatever, completely busted out. They had plywood over it. So it's kind of interesting. The only time I ever saw that was when I was on Grandeur, when a chair or like a table slid all the way across the entire deck and slammed into it and broke it.
My sister hated that ship.
Grandeur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on Grandeur last cruise before the shutdown during COVID. I remember like sitting in the cabin. I was on a laptop looking at stuff, and I looked at my wife and I was like, "Hey, this thing that's going on in China is like, seems like it's kind of getting a little out of control." Little did you know, the next couple of weeks it was going to be really out of control. Yeah, so it was the last cruise before they shut down.
Yep.
I like the schooner bar on Grandeur. You know, I thought it was kind of neat how it kind of connected to that Southern Pacific area or whatever. Lounge.
Yeah, so that was out of Baltimore. So I mean, it can only get small ships in there because of the stupid Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Just knock it down.
Seriously, I actually sent an email to Larry Hogan's office one time, and I was like, you know, can't you do something about that bridge? Is there any state grant money for building a terminal in Annapolis?
They've got all those other tunnels in that area, so you know.
Who knows?
It'd be so nice to have something a little further down where we wouldn't have to worry about that.
I always said, like, if they would build a terminal in Annapolis, you could get an Oasis class ship up into that part of the Chesapeake. Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a problem.
That's right. So, girl, what you up to? Yeah, you got that right. I know Alice was looking at MSC the last
Alexa,
couple of days. So,
turn on the cabin. Wait.
Hey, stop that.
He turned off his camera.
Mike, what did you pay for the World of America, the MSC?
We did the drink package because it has the gratuities and crap. You got to pay for that. But it was $17.49, I think.
A person or together?
No, together for the interior.
I was just looking at it. They've gone up since then.
Oh yeah, they definitely. Yeah, I think when I looked at it, it was like $10.38.
Oh, the one I'm seeing that's available, the lowest interior is $14.78 per person.
Oh wait,
I paid $2,000 for mine, but I did that whatever that Aurora package or whatever, the upgrade. So,
But I didn't put in because we did the matching, so I don't know at gold with MSC if it'd be low or not.
So I've been talking about trying to go on this ship since I heard about it because it was going to be like an Oasis class ship and all. So I was on an email list to have it like as soon as the bookings came out. So I got an email the 1 week that says you can now book for World America first sailing. So I booked that first week.
Nice.
So I'm seeing that too, 1478, Bruce. So I'm in MSC book right now. So 1478 looks like Ocean View is 1818. Fantastica Balcony 2058. Aurora is 318, and there is one yacht club category available. It's
that's the way you gotta go, from my understanding.
Yeah, it's deluxe suite for 6718.
That's I think
which is a real bargain over the cost of like a Star Loft suite on an Oasis class ship at 27 grand, right?
Yeah.
So it's a real bargain for that. And then there's also free drinks and Wi-Fi, which is
Oh yeah, with the yacht club. I mean, I just booked a couple on the yacht club. I think it was the Seashore, and I mean they get their own personal butler.
Yeah.
It's a concierge that's attached to your room.
Yeah, theirs is a lot cheaper than the Royal one.
I'm on Maravilla out of Brooklyn, New York in February of 24 in Yacht Club. So, looking forward to the experience. So
I don't think Eddie knows what he's doing. Eddie's breaking stuff.
Yep. He's playing. He's playing around.
As you guys are talking, I'm on the private chat and checking some stuff. But like I said, my wife is looking into MSC, and so we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. But you never know. We'll see if she have foreign land to usually have a chance to go when on a cruise. It all depends on the port. Sometimes there's ports that you could be there 8 hours. Some other ports you could only be there 4 hours. It all depends on your itinerary from the ship itself. When you book your, I believe that when you book your cruise, you can check where you're going, and hopefully it gives you the times of how long you might be there. But it all depends, right, Bruce?
Yep.
So yeah, it's hard to tell. I could tell you right now, tomorrow's cruise is 8 hours. Then you get there, and the cruise captain decides not to go in. So because
I've definitely had my cruises changed while we were on the cruise, as far as the time in port because something happened or whatever.
Always look at the fine print, because on everyone's contract it says that the itineraries are subject to change. So you just never know. There's lots of reasons why they may miss subject to change. So
right.
My question is Victoria worth getting off if you're only going to have 4 hours there?
Nope, we don't. But I've gone up there a lot in Washington. But yeah, for 4 hours, I mean, they do some things, but we just stay on. It's
you
not,
can take a cab
anyways, with us, we didn't even get in until 8 o'clock at night.
We only get 4 hours in Victoria.
Yeah. Well, the itineraries I've been on, and the itinerary on our Alaska cruise in 2025, it's 4 hours in Victoria. Yeah.
Is there
By the way,
anything
the gold discount on that World America, it brings it down to 1361. Not a huge discount, but a little bit of one.
Okay.
I'm gonna let everybody go.
Who just put
See you guys later.
Oh, that's Z's baby mama, right?
Hey, Ross.
I was like, is he in the chat or something?
He is in the chat. So.
Z's hacking in with the with his computer show.
Yep. There she is.
Special guest appearance.
Yes.
Who we lost? We lost Rob.
Hey,
No, Rob's here. Bruce stepped out for a second.
No, Ross got
Bruce
off.
is still up there.
Bruce is probably on the phone or something. All right, it says
Ross said he had to get up early tomorrow.
I've done a Disney cruise. Has anyone done one or have any opinions about them? Disney cruise.
Not at all interested.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I'm interested just to see how it is as far as a cruise standpoint, but unless I get one hell of a discount, I'm not doing one.
Yeah, I don't. There's no plans for us to do Disney. Then again, there was no plans for us to do Celebrity, and out of the blue, Alice booked one. So you never know.
So I'm about to take a princess cruise, so I'm definitely interested. Curious about the princess experience, and I also am chomping at the bit to get on Virgin.
I would like to do a Virgin just to see how it is.
That's the only reason why I'm doing it, is for the experience. I could care less, because
also,
they're so narrow-minded in their itineraries. It's like one or the other, right? Like they have these like clever little names, like they call it like Dominican Days or something like that, and then they have like another name for another itinerary that goes to like Bahamas, or like then I think there's a third one that goes to like Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic or whatever. But anyway, so like they're really kind of like hyper focused on specific itineraries, and they're only doing a couple of them. I will do it just for the experience, but I cannot imagine me wanting to do them on a regular basis.
That's right. So, Garrett, the Mustard Drill, Cruising Fun Anytime, JNS Adventures, and Ocean to Ocean Travel. All of them, there are travel agents. They could you could get in touch with any one of them, and they will help. They could help you and give you better advice, and hopefully put you in the right track. But that's one reason we don't do Disney. It's a little bit too expensive. Unless you have kids and stuff that you want to bring in, then you could do so. But me, no, I don't have any feel for it. So we'll see what happens. You never know. And I'm from Miami. That I used to go to Orlando a lot to the Disney park. So I just don't go anymore. It's getting too, even in the park, it's getting too much of a hassle. So that's how it goes. So very good. Glad you got it. Because I know Clark was gonna go on one, but then he decided to change it. And I like Cruise Bass says he's right. He could go in 2 cruises for the price of one Disney. So
it was almost 3 that I could do. It was $12,000 for 5 of us.
How much?
$12,000 for 5 of us.
Wow.
For one
now,
Disney cruise.
I mean, I could go on cheaper cruises, so I definitely could get 3 cruises out of it. But normally on an Oasis class, it's about $1,000 a person. So 2.5.
Yep, and you get your discount too for being El Cheapo. you look for Groupons codes and stuff like that and get coupons for stuff. So yeah, and he brings stuff from home too to go cheaper on the sales. You did it in the bloggers. He brought his own beer, his own liquids and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know how he did it. But somehow he brought all that stuff in.
You got it on there, huh?
Yeah,
I had a drink package, so I didn't take any beer,
including the pineapples.
Including pineapples. Thank you for reminding me, and it may clarify to everybody. Yes,
I have one pineapple that Eddie Lugo put on my door.
Okay, Mike.
That's the
Thank
big
you, Daddy.
hubbub.
See you later.
What was the orientation of that pineapple on your door?
I believe it was upside down like this.
See, look at that.
No, Mike, do you remember? Do you
He
remember?
put it there himself.
Mike, do you remember where you need to put the pineapple on my door?
I'm not sure, but I think I heard 6322.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, that's his cabin. We're gonna get him. Don't worry.
Or is it?
It's probably Bruce's cabin.
We'll knock on the door and make him come out. Say, by the way, here. Hashtag CVA. What happened to pineapple, Chris Ben?
Right.
Oh, I changed it up. You know.
Yeah, I think I dropped the hashtag pineapple the other day or something.
Yeah, it was last night. I think whenever.
I was a little surprised.
When I saw it, I started laughing like, "Oh, he went there. All right, let's make it current." And then I forgot to do it, so he got lucky.
Hey, Mike Clock. You said that MSC matches status.
Yes.
Because I know, like, before we go on that cruise, I should be diamond before then. So
Nice.
And that's what I'm shooting for.
yeah.
You don't have to do it right away. You can do it anytime you want to.
Okay.
Just as long as you do it before we go on the cruise.
Do they do anything? I mean, like, what does MSC do, like the similar thing, or like with the drink vouchers or whatever? I mean, is it worthwhile to even?
Scott, do you know? I mean, it's worth it only because, like, if you plan on going on MSC after this and keep the status up, then you do get discounts on different cruises and stuff like that. I can't remember what all the benefits is. It does have a few different benefits with it.
Yeah, so it has there's depending on the cruise, it's 5 to 10. Like if you're gold, so I status match off of Diamond on Royal Caribbean or Platinum off of Carnival, so that got me gold, which is the next top status on MSC. So that's like 5 to 10% discount. You get some priority stuff. You get like 3 hours in the thermal spa, once per sailing or something like that. So it's not a ton of stuff, but it's a little bit. So I think my gold status brought the inaugural sailing on World America from 1478 to 1361. Again, not huge, but a little bit of a discount. So
Yeah.
I'm just doing it because it's something that this will be my first MSC, and if I'm going to be able to status match, then I might as well try it when I get to a higher rank.
Yeah, this will be my first MSC too. So
I have a spreadsheet somewhere that shows what every cruise line and hotel loyalty matches to.
How they equate to it.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I actually have another window open right now. I'm peeking around trying to find where I have it, but not sure
it
where.
would be really good
going crazy.
if they end up making that new MSC terminal in Galveston. That that might be something.
Somebody else announced that the MSC is building 6 ships, something like that, for America.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it was 5.
Okay, so I found it here. So this is what it is. So so if you're platinum on Disney, then you get diamond, which is black card, which is the top. If you're diamond in Hilton, you get diamond. You look here. If you're 4-star in Holland, you get diamond. If you're a globalist in Hyatt, you get diamond. If you're elite on Princess, you get diamond. If you're platinum on Princess, you get diamond. If you're pinnacle or diamond plus On Royal, you get diamond.
So we get one down from diamond then.
Yeah, so I'm diamond. So if you're diamond plus, you get diamond on MSC. I'm diamond on Royal, close to diamond plus, but I already status matched, so I'm kind of screwed on that. But so I got gold. Best Western, so it matches Best Western. So Carnival, Carnival Diamond,
It's gold.
is gold, yeah, and Platinum is gold. Celebrity Elite is all gold. Disney gold. We look here. IHG in a spot like Spire Elite is gold. It looks like every NCL status matches to gold. So here I'll I think I can only share. Hold on here. Let me see if I can do this.
Now, how do you know what it matches up to?
Here, Eddie. I don't know if you can share that or not. So people can take a look at it. I don't know if you're able to scroll it. Or if it just shares like where I was at in my scroll.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, but yeah, I mean that's the. I mean, it's a pretty long spreadsheet, so. But yeah, you mean you really just have. I mean, it's for diamond. It looks like the only way you get to the top status. Now I know that Josh from Moonlight Adventures, he status matched into diamond on MSC, but I don't know what he status matched from.
I think he used. I want to say he said Hilton or something. Hilton Marriott or something.
Yeah, well, here. So I'm scrolling back up where the diamond is on this. So let me present it here again, Eddie, and you can share it.
Yeah, both Josh and with Moonlight Adventures and SCT Adventures status from their hotel, which I thought was Hilton.
Yeah, well, it would. So as you can see from the sheet, he would have to be diamond and Hilton,
right?
In order,
and
to
they
be
both are, I believe, because they travel all the time.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, as much travel as Josh does for work and all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's how. So as long as you sail within once every 36 months, you get to keep it. So.
Nice.
Hey, Eddie, Brooklyn is in the house for real.
Uh-oh. Hola.
Oh, yeah, look.
Man on the panel and in the chat, Brooklyn, it's in the house. For real. Yo.
Yo.
What's up, baby? Ich liebe dich. Yo.
Alice, I just want you to know that Eddie said that it's your fault he did not get a nap today.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I said it. See, I'm not like you, Mike. That you scare yourself because Rick is gonna.
I'm not scared. I say it to her all the time.
She must be out like a trunk right now, sleeping.
Like a trunk?
Saying something like that. Ricky. She
can't hear.
Spatty pants, huh? You hide the conversation, so she's sleeping. That's why you're saying what you're saying. Don't worry. How is it my fault I'm not there? That's right, baby, because I was thinking of you. I miss you, so I couldn't sleep.
Well, that's not what he said.
He
said you were constantly texting him and sending them pictures.
See, Mike tried to get me in trouble, baby.
So the air is getting a little better here right now. What about up there, Alice?
Yeah, man, how's the air in New York? I know you would say it was a little bit clear. We didn't look as
like
bad.
I said on the morning show today, right? Like, so I live 10 minutes from the capital of Harrisburg, and we had the worst air quality out of the entire affected area. So the scale only goes to 500. New York had 484, but Harrisburg, Pennsylvania had 491.
Oh,
So we had like the worst air quality out of every affected area. So, but it's actually a little better today, and it's supposed to just keep getting better from here on out. So,
yeah.
So is the fires out now, or what's the deal?
I don't know if they're out, but I think the wind pattern is shifting. At least we won't be affected by it.
Bruce, are you getting any of it up there?
No, it's right. They're getting a little bit right by the border, but not down by us. No.
I'm working in Virginia, and it's going all the way down to Virginia.
Yeah. I mean, it's going down pretty low, but I mean, like we had the worst of it here, and I'm not sure why we had it so bad here. You know, I guess just the way the winds were or whatever, it brought a higher concentration of it here. But we made like ABC World News about it because
That happens to us every year. Whenever the Saharan desert air comes over this way, it's just like this big cloud that sits over Texas for almost a week.
Yeah.
During the summer.
It's been really rough here. So I'm looking forward to getting the heck out of here.
He says that the air in Brooklyn is very clear right now. So.
Yeah, I see that. That's good. It's good. I mean, I think they said the air pattern, the winds were going to shift, and it was going to carry it away from it. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to it actually busting, you know, something higher than. I mean, it was 69 degrees here all day today. And they said it was because the air was the ash is so thick in the air, it was blocking out all the sun. It just couldn't get any warmer than that here.
It got up close to 90 over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like about mid 80s, you know. So, but it for the last 3 days, it's struggled to hit 70.
Yeah, it's gonna get warmer.
Yeah, I had a heated hoodie on.
Oh my God! Some of it needs to blow down to Texas.
Yeah.
The wind pattern needs to come this way.
Yeah,
it was definitely hot today.
Yes, it was.
You definitely had to have the AC on max in the truck today.
I mean, I don't know how long I would be able to tolerate it, but you know, like I have zero. I mean, I'm just abnormally cold all the time, so I have zero sympathy for any of that. Like I could use some of that in my life right now. So.
Question in the chat. So I've got the passport card that can be used to get on cruises. Is there still a benefit to bringing my passport on a cruise?
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, like the passport card's not good in every situation. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I also, if you have to fly home, I don't think you can use that for flying.
No, you can't.
No.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's not good for every situation. It's only good for like I think land-based crossing. Canada and Mexico would be it.
Yeah. If it leaves from the U.S. and returns back to the U.S., that's good, but there still has to be a flight. Are you in America? That is a good question.
I use my card to book it. Like when they ask for passport information, I use my card so that way I don't have to show that. But I bring my my blue book or whatever.
Like the card has the same number as the passport, right?
I don't know.
Don't know.
It should.
I've only had the book.
Yeah, I've only ever had the book too. So.
Yeah, me too. I only have the book.
I can only get
like now. I almost had to get the card because the idiot legislature in my state literally passed a law for making it illegal to require real ID. And then they had to walk it back 3 years later when the federal government said, great, then I guess nobody from Pennsylvania is ever going to travel anywhere because we're not budging on it. So, yeah. So then I was going to get the card at that point, but then they walked it back. So I was able to get real ID. So I only kept the book.
Yep.
I mean, I got the card because I used to be stationed in San Diego, and I used to go down to Rosarito all the time. I used to drive down there, so it was just convenient to have.
Yep. They read your face and you're out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I carry my passport everywhere I go. No matter if I don't even bring it out of my pocket, it's always there.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens, you never know.
Yeah, well, like here's the interesting thing. I was in Virginia not long ago, right? Again, before Pennsylvania had Real ID. So I was in Virginia and I wanted to go to this lighthouse, right? But believe it or not, this lighthouse is like in public space, but in order to be able to get to it, you have to pass through a military base. So the only way you could pass through the military base is if you had a federally recognized ID. And Pennsylvania driver's licenses were not federally recognized because they weren't real. They weren't like real ID, right? So if we had not had our passports with us, we could not have visited. So it's kind of a weird scenario.
Yep.
Got that right.
There's a game update. Denver beat Miami.
So is it over now, or are they up, or?
No
Are they
idea.
like-
I'm just reading the chat. I don't follow sports at all.
Oh. I mean, I don't have a team in the fight anyway, so.
Denver's leading 3-1.
Ah, okay.
So just one more.
They definitely dominated
I don't
Lakers.
follow the NBA ever since Oklahoma stole our team. So.
Why was that?
The Supersonics.
Oklahoma. That's where they at now, right? In Oklahoma. They left
They are.
the state and went down there. Kind of
Yeah,
weird.
they're in Oklahoma City.
Probably they got him another
And
deal. or something.
now we're probably going to be going through the same fight again like we did a few years ago with the Seahawks, because they're up for sale again. It's probably going to be some owner come from out of state to buy them and try and move them again, just like it happened back in the 90s.
I love to annoy my son every time I say, like he's like, oh, hey, did you see the Texans are playing? I was like, oh, you mean the Houston Oilers?
Yep.
Oh my Lord. that's the way it goes,
He's like, oh, Dad, like my team's the Ravens, right? Like I'm the only person that lives in Pennsylvania that doesn't love the Steelers or the Eagles. So Ravens are my team. So
well, you guys stole a team.
Yeah, I was about to say they're the Cleveland
yeah,
Browns.
I know, right? Because and he always says, like he says to me, like he'll come back to me on that or whatever, and he was like, oh yeah, like the Baltimore Colts, Dad.
It happens, It happens.
We get you real good then.
Well, I guess the A's are moving to Las Vegas, apparently.
Yep.
What's that?
The Oakland Athletics, I guess they're moving to Las Vegas from the
They're
sound.
following the Raiders.
That seems to be the talk.
Oh my goodness, Oakland's not going to have a professional team. Wow.
That's it. Well, they'll have the Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You should see that the Oakland's A's park. That place needs to be torn down. Last time I was back in 2020, I think it's the last time I was in California working, and I got to see it. No, that place needs to be torn down. The Warriors have a brand new arena right next to it, but it looked like I don't know, one of those parks, baseball parks that you forget about, from back in the 50s and 60s. That's what it looked like. Even the colors and everything outside were pretty bad. I'm like, this place needs to go. So no wonder they're getting the heck out of there. They probably don't want to buy them build them a new stadium. So
cruising is fun anytime. And Alice Lugo just chimed in with the same team, New York Giants.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
New York Giants.
This is going to become an NFL chat.
Yeah.
Jared says that he lives in Maryland, where the Ravens are. Look
That's
at
where I
that.
am.
All right.
I'm in Maryland.
Oh my!
I'm
Oh my!
45
Oh,
minutes.
Larry's
I'm
here.
45 minutes
Yep.
from Maryland.
Hey, plump travelers.
Larry, let me know if you wanna come in the panel too, so I can send you the link.
I'm sure he does.
Otherwise, you're out of trouble. Let me see if I could find him.
If I'm a betting person, he'll join.
Yeah, okay. I found him. Let me hit message. Boom.
Yeah, if you were a sports team right now, or if you owned a sports team right now, you would love to have a team in Vegas because, I mean, I think they sell out all their damn sports teams. All like
Mhm.
the Raiders and the Knights and all sell out. I think every game because everybody that goes to Vegas wants to do something, and they always try to hit up the sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alex says that's because we're besties.
They're besties. Yep.
Oh my lord. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody in the house. Dun dun dun.
Oh,
We're back to Full House again.
he's
Hello,
here.
everyone.
He's here.
Hello.
I gotta go.
What's going on?
Yeah, bye, Robbie. You better go.
All right.
Ran them off.
Before
Wait.
you fall asleep.
I was just going to say, yeah, Rob's not snoring. What happened?
Oh, hold on a second.
Somehow we've been keeping him awake. Oh,
Wow, you're doing good, Eddie.
yeah.
There it goes.
He sounds like a lawnmower now.
I,
Oh my god.
I got him one night. He was sleeping, and I took his photo, and then I photoshopped him on the moon.
Whatever happened to that one?
It's probably still in your messenger, Rob. You can probably find it.
Oh, it's buried.
Oh yeah, buried deep in there. How is everything tonight, Eddie, and everyone else?
Doing pretty good today, sir.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Do it. Oh, there's Bruce too. Hi, Bruce.
Larry?
Mike. Let's see who else we got. Oh, the other Mike.
Other Mike.
And the
And
other
then
Mike.
the other Mike.
And then the other Mike. And then cruising is fun anytime. I follow you. I follow everybody here, actually. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Scott's in here somewhere.
I don't know. Were you just doing like some Dominique, throw into the temptation of Eve?
Bada bing, bada boom.
So what are we talking about tonight? Let's hear it.
We're
Baseball.
talking about.
Let me guess. Wait. I can guess.
The boom.
Are we talking about cruising?
Yes.
There we go.
Eh,
Could be.
That's the hot topic.
It's the hot topic.
Yes.
And how many TAs we have in the house?
How many one?
TAs.
Travel agents.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Is he right?
I'm really considering it.
Who just
I
said they're
both.
considering? Oh, Mike, you're considering it?
I've considered it. Yes.
With the amount that you cruise much more than me, and I've already considered it and joined. So it'd be great benefit for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mike, messenger me.
Okay.
Yes. Message Bruce. Bruce will help you.
And I'll message Larry.
How's your air up there, Larry?
How's the what?
Air.
Your
The
oxygen.
air, actually, where I'm at on the coast, because I'm on the West Coast.
Right.
Yes, in British Columbia, there are some fires, which happens every freaking year. But amazingly, where I'm at, no, it's not affecting us at all. But the lower mainland, where Vancouver is and stuff, yeah, they're getting it quite bad. It's all across Canada.
My son's in Bellingham, and they're getting some.
Yep. Which is right next to Vancouver. So so Bellingham is basically what they call out in the valley, and that's closer to where all the fires are going, which are coming south in the central BC. It's sad. It's sad seeing all that. We had that a couple years ago. It was bad. It was like a really evening time during the day because of all the smoke and coughing, and couldn't keep your windows open. And
Yeah.
But yeah, America, Eddie, you're getting it down where you're at. No, you're in Georgia. I forgot. You're not in New York anymore.
And Alice just said that it's all clear up there. So, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
it seems to be clear. So, or it's getting better. That's what I'm hoping too. You know, kids and all that. They have some stuff going on Saturday and Sunday, so that's why she went up there, and she's coming back Monday night back to Georgia. So I know she's enjoying the time up there. They did
Where
cookies up
where
today.
did they go?
Brooklyn. She's in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Yeah. It's pretty bad. Oh, it's really bad in New York State and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is much better. I asked her to take pictures when she left LaGuardia on the way to Brooklyn.
Oh,
She sent
I've
me some
never been out of
pictures.
LaGuardia or any of that or JFK. Oh man, that would be such a cool photo because I took photos here when it was happening, but I was never in a plane. But that would be such a cool photo to see.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it was all clear.
oh
No,
wow.
it wasn't red or anything like that. It was all
Hmm.
light blue. I'm like, oh man, I missed it. Oh well, because I was hoping she filmed as she was landing in nothing exciting or anything like to be like wow, first hand and stuff like that. But nope, I didn't get that lucky. So
ATL is another bucket list airport I need to fly into. I have never been to yet either.
ATO.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Oh, ATL.
Huh?
ATL.
Yeah, that's what I said, didn't I?
I don't know. It sounded like you said ATO.
Oh no, sorry, ATL.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that place
I
is
avoid
huge.
that one.
That place is huge.
I think the biggest airport I've ever experienced, I don't know, like LAX.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not as big as ATL, but yeah.
I used to like LAX, but the last couple times I've been through that way, no, I don't like it. It's too small.
Yeah.
Terminal 2 is way too stuffy, and everybody's sitting on top of each other at the gates, and
Charlotte was pretty big. At
You'd
least it
love
seemed-
Harrisburg International with its 6 gates.
6 gates. Oh my God!
Wow.
Ouch!
You'll love Heathrow.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. I love Heathrow.
Like, how can you
Massive.
be an international airport when you only have 6 gates?
Yeah, how is that possible?
That's what it is, though. Its ticker is MDT.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually here. She's on her way to Singapore. Oh no, the Philippines. She's going to the Philippines.
That's my number one bucket list country to visit. Oh,
She's going to LAX, and then from there on the 20th, she's flying over there for a couple of weeks. To be hanging over there. She has,
My number 1 is China, and my number 2 is Cuba, and I was lucky enough to get to Cuba.
Cuba. Wow, interesting. You say that.
Yeah,
I want to go to Japan.
I loved my day in Cuba.
Now, it's not open for Americans right now, is it? Still
No, but when it was, I was lucky enough to go there on. I went
On a cruise.
Royal Caribbean Empress of the Seas. So
and that was only for a short period, wasn't it? That they opened that
Yeah.
up for you guys? Yeah.
very short window. I looked at my wife and I said, either you go with me or I'll see you later.
For a channel like yours, that was a great thing.
No, loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just absolutely. I mean, I can say all these really great, uplifting, positive things about it, and it would still not do it justice.
Oh wow.
It was just incredible.
I cruised by Cuba, going down to
Same
Aruba.
here.
Yep. Me too. I
I want
tried
to go to
to.
Japan.
Japan would be nice.
Yeah, I want to hit the Disney parks in Japan.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I like the Disney parks.
But
I am assuming all you guys have sailed more than I have. I've done 2 cruises. Is that it?
Oh,
I've done
well,
Okay. Eddie, how many you?
in the last in the last 5 years, 4.
4.
In 80s and 90s, about 33.
How many?
About 33 back in the 80s and 90s.
33?
Yep.
Wow.
33.
Holy freak.
Yeah. I
My
did
clock.
a lot of cruising back then.
My clock
I've
used to
done
do
9.
cruise a lot. 9?
No, I started.
Bruce?
I didn't start till 2016.
Oh wow, you're a new guy like me then. Bruce?
I've done 14 so far.
Oh, okay, so you got your status up there. You're platinum now.
We just turned platinum on our last cruise.
Ah, nice. And then Mike from I can't remember your channel.
Mike Rheanna Adventures?
Yes.
0.
You've
He's
never
still-
been on a cruise?
He's still a
We're going on
rookie.
our
You're
first
still
one.
a virgin.
Or no,
Going to be a blue
next
card
year.
next year, 2024.
Oh,
Next year.
you're going on one next year. When is it?
With Eddie.
And what ship?
Carnival Paradise.
And what month?
October 28th.
Oh, that's a group cruise, I hear.
That's the
Yeah.
Boost Cruise 2.0.
Eddie, I already know.
The secret Booze Cruise 2.0.
Most of us are on that one too.
Yep.
And I can't remember your first name, but a mustard drill.
Scott. My
Scott.
first name is Scott.
You've been on 100 and how many?
54.
54. Holy
Damn.
154 cruises. How much
Now-
cruises on?
That's multiple cruise lines, right?
Oh my God. Yes. Almost every cruise line. So.
Oh wow. And you're like diamond status, platinum, all that. Yeah.
Have you
yeah.
done any river cruises, Scott?
No, you know what? I really like. I tell you, Bruce, I have got the bucket list from and River is definitely on it. So
One
I said,
of our
I was thinking about doing
is, is Viking through Germany.
yes, the Rhine. The Rhine, yes. I was like, that was the next thing coming out of my mouth. Rhine is at the top of my river bucket list. So.
Okay, cruise vet.
I've been on 12 now.
12. Nice. And then let me see if I remember your name. Nope, I'm losing your name. I follow over 500 channels, by the way, guys. So I apologize if I don't remember. I do remember faces. The one next to Rob. No, I already know Rob.
me.
Jeremy.
I've been on 7.
7. Okay. Nice. And I've been on 2. And Robbie, you've been on more than 1, Rob. You've been on more than 2, Rob. Come on, keep going.
4.
3.
3.
Tree.
5. 4.
4.
Wow.
5.
Now, Rob, officially,
8.
Okay.
9.
Rob, officially, how many do you have booked right now? More than that, Eddie. More than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
quite a few more than that.
Rob
I'm
holding
booked-
back. Is Rob like me?
I gotta look.
I'm booked at least 4 with them.
Wow.
No.
Yes, Rob, 4.
So has
Eddie,
anybody
to
been
answer
to,
that,
One,
the
two.
one you have up right now. I know that Paradise has really good food. I don't know about Mrs. Sancho's, but Paradise does.
Oh, I keep hearing there's people either say Paradise or Mr. Sancho's.
Yeah.
So like
Paradise
I've been to Mr. Sancho's, right? And most of the time I go to Nachi Cacombe, right? So I've been going
That's
to
another
Nachi
one I'm hearing about.
like 2008. And I've probably been to Nachi, gosh, like 10 or 15 times, honestly. Like I just love it so much I just keep going back. So
We did Nachi Cacombe on our last one and absolutely loved it.
yeah, it's an absolute gem. So,
Paradise is the only one I've ever been to.
I've been to 4 different places in Mexico, but never been to Cozumel yet.
And that's the thing, Scott. A lot of people don't even
Wow.
know about Nachi Cacombe, which is
I
crazy.
know. So right.
It's
I
like
mean,
a hidden
absolutely.
gem.
Yes. Yes. Like I will say that to a lot of people. Like they're like, you know, where are you going? I'm like, Nachi. They're like, where's that at?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always, you know, kind of like lower, you know, lower key. There's I mean, it's never like deserted, but it's never like, you know, massively crowded like
Yeah.
Mr. Sancho's is, right?
Yeah.
So
That's on Cozumel, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So so when I go to, so my favorite by far, my absolute favorite place to go, favorite beach day in Mexico is in Costa Maya. And it's Maya Chan. So
Wow, interesting.
love Maya Chan so much. Like I'm very good friends with the owners, and you know, love Maya Chan. Can't say enough about Maya Chan. The people are amazing. The beach is amazing. Everything is amazing at Maya Chan. The only thing that's terrible about Maya Chan is it takes a good 30 minutes to get there.
Mm.
From, you know, like from the time you walk, if you're ever at Costa Maya, you know, you walk all the way to the end of the pier, you go all the way through the maze of a port area or whatever. You finally make it outside the gates. You have to walk probably about maybe a quarter mile, possibly, you know, just shy of a half a mile down into, you know, like away from the port down into the town to meet, you know, where their meeting place is, and then spend 30 minutes in a cab. But I promise you, it is worth every single minute of effort.
Our favorite out of all the ports we've been, our favorite is actually Mahogany Bay Roatan. Right
yeah.
there at the Carnival Cruise Port. The beach
Yeah.
there is just fabulous. The staff is outstanding. Just
That is awesome. I
Yeah.
love that place.
Yeah, Mahogany Bay is a really nice place. So the only thing I don't like about Mahogany Bay is the beach is so close to the ships.
Yeah.
The ships stir up all of the, you know, sediment or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And the water is very murky. Like, not that really matters much
Right.
when you're sitting on a tropical beach, right?
It's Roatan.
Yeah, right. Like it doesn't matter that much. It's just that, you know, you don't get to see that really beautiful Caribbean water just because it's so
Right.
murky from the ships coming in. But
Mike, don't get me in trouble, Mike. I'm about to
So
find out.
Eddie, you're going on 4 cruises?
Apparently, yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
You got a little investigation going on in the chat too. Alice, what tour cruises might you be referring to?
I know we have the Boost now in October. I know we have the Prima in January. I know we had that Celebrity in June.
Yep.
And there's my cruise, but that cruise is not booked yet. You know, it's just, you know, the small deposit has been put in, but that's it. Not really booked. So,
Maybe you should just put the regular deposit on, or maybe she's just counting it.
I don't know. But we'll find out.
Bruce may know.
Okay,
Bruce,
Bruce is keeping quiet.
Eddie, this prissy person in the chat is our oldest daughter. She's going on her first cruise June 16th through the 20th on the Breeze. List the places you recommend going whenever they make it to Cozumel.
Well, the only time I've been to Cozumel was back in February, and we did walk to the port. That day was extremely overcast and it was humid. We did walk around the port, bought a few things, and it was so hot and so humid. I told Ali, let's get back to the ship. So we went back to the ship, and as soon as we got in the ship, we poured down. I know Mike went to Paradise Beach, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I know there's
and the food there was good, and like the service there was great. So we had a lot of people there, which the Huddle Adventure said we had a lot more than what you would normally see anytime you go there. And we still probably had 3 servers for every table that was out there. So the service was great. You never had to wait on any drinks. The food would go in and you'd get it by maybe 20 minutes later, 15, 20 minutes later. And it's unlimited. So say, you're hungry, you can order, say, 2 things of shrimp and a thing of shrimp tacos or a different type of tacos. And you could put in as much as you wanted at a time. And they would just bring it all out to you.
And this is the all-inclusive place that I was telling her about. They were thinking about dragging her to Sancho's, but we warned her not to book anything outside of the cruise line. So she was really interested in Paradise. Is that another? Is that a private one or is that through Carnival?
I think it's private.
That one's private, but it's really easy, Jeremy. As soon as you get off the ship, you go to the taxi area, and you catch one of the taxis, and it's like, I don't know, it's like $3 or $4, I think it was, per person.
Right.
We had last time we went, we had a group of 6 of us, and it was like $20 or whatever. And it's a really nice. And the thing about Paradise is you can do the all-inclusive, but you don't have to. You can go there and pay $3 to get in, and you just have to buy $10 worth of food if you don't want to spend the $65 or whatever.
Right.
And it's a great time, and they have the beach, and then they have a really nice heated pool also, and it has a bar right there and everything. So
nice.
I would definitely recommend Paradise. If it's the first time going to Cozumel, Paradise is a great place to go.
Yeah, it's great.
Either that or Nachi Cocoon.
Yeah, go to Nachi. So just like Bruce said, go out to go out through the port, go out to the cab stand, just tell them you want to go to Nachi Cocoon. It's Nachi Cocoon is $50. You can go to their website and book it ahead of time if you want. For I think with Nachi, you absolutely have to have a pre-arrival reservation.
You do.
So so you go to their website, you book it. I think they charge like $12 or something like that, and then you pay the remaining balance when you get there, either by cash or card. But it's $49. I think it's like $49 or something like that, or whatever.
All inclusive.
So so you get unlimited drinks, unlimited food.
Oh my God, that's a great price.
They have a really great swimming pool there, and then they have they have like other stuff, like they have water, like paddle boards and stuff like that or whatever. But then they also have massages there. I think I got a 60-minute massage for like $45.
Oh wow,
really great massage. So like it's a really great place. It's small. I think that has a maximum capacity of like 40 people. I've been going there since 2008, and I've never seen anywhere close to 40 people there. So,
probably because the other 2 are so well known that's what people know to do.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because I never heard of that one either.
Right.
All I ever heard was
and the staff there is really great. And you can get massages and stuff there, but it's really nice. And the massage, my wife got an hour massage for like $25.
Wow.
And it's just the vendors don't bother you there. They keep it tight knit. It's a nice.
Yeah. There's like no pestering. Like I one time I went when I was in Costa Maya. I did not go to Maya Chan. I went down into Mahahal, or however you pronounce it or whatever, and I went to the public beach down there. It was unbearable how much they asked you to buy stuff, right? Like it was just the worst experience ever. But
sounds kind of like Progresso.
Yeah, it was terrible, right? So like I would never see you do that. If you ever go outside, like if you ever go to Roatan and you go outside of Mahogany Bay, they will pester you the same way.
Wow.
So, are they as bad as Nassau?
Worse.
Nassau's high pressure too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nassau is, but
horrible.
but listen, when I was at like literally this place that I went to down in Costa Maya, it was called the Tipsy Turtle, right? But basically, this is what it was, right? So it was like 10 places, all like they all ran into each other, right? So you really couldn't tell like where they bordered each other because it was just like one continuous thing. But they were, I mean, it was unbearable, unbearable. I had to tell like the
No, I need
same
more water in my
people
bottle.
easily 50 times. No, I would
Oh
just
my
like to
goodness.
sit there.
So
No.
the very first time we went to Nassau was in 2015, and my wife literally got accosted by two other girls. We walked. We went and did an excursion, and when we got back from the excursion, we still had like 4 hours till the ship was going to leave. So we decided to walk around the area. We only went a block away from the cruise port, and we went through this little market, and there was a gal trying to coax Cindy to come and take a look at her stuff, but there was another gal trying to get her to come there, and they literally grabbed each arm trying to get her. And as I'm trying to pull her away from them, they started fighting each other.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
So I always have the greatest time with the hair braiders in Nassau. Okay, every single because they're always out there doing that as well, Bruce. Right?
Right.
Like they're out there trying to get everybody in to get their hair braided, and I just watch them as I'm like approaching, and then when I get up to them, I'm like, you know, whether I have my hat on or not, right? If I have my hat on, I lift it up. But either way, I say to them, I was like, okay, listen, I'm coming back. I swear to God, right? And one time, like usually they just say something, you know, funny or whatever, or they say, okay, we got you covered, we got extensions here and stuff like that or whatever. But one time this woman said to me, we're braiding hair here, not performing miracles.
Damn.
Wow.
Move on, baby.
Mm.
Oh, that's messed up. Oh well, you know.
It's amazing how many people I hear complaining about Nassau. It used to be one of my favorite ports I wanted to visit, but now I don't want to because everybody complains about Nassau.
Well, listen, I mean,
Well, now
I think
they got the
a
new
lot of
cruise.
people have
They
a
got
good
the
reason
new.
to complain about it, though.
They got all that new cruise port and everything done too. So
Yeah.
And Royal's getting ready to build their thing there too.
what's
Yeah,
that?
with the Royal Beach Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
actually
yeah, I
gonna
heard about that.
be
Yeah.
on it's actually going to be on that strip of Paradise Island that you can see, you know, that's like directly across from where the ships dock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, the interesting thing is going to be is are they going to offer some type of water shuttle from the docks over there, which would, you know, be super simple. Are you literally going to have to go into Nassau and shuttle all the way down to the bridge and all the way back out to the peninsula? I mean, I really hope not, but you know, who knows?
I guess it all depends on how premier they really want to make this area. Like you were saying on the show the other day, it might be an excursion that you can take over to that.
Yes, the way things are going with Royal and the total money grabs and everything that's happening with them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I sound like a total, you know, like tool when I say all that stuff all the time, but you know, I mean, listen, I make my living off of selling cruises, so I love Royal.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel terrible that they are, you know, like so money, you know, grubbing the way they've been
Yeah,
lately.
but Scott, all the cruise lines are getting that way.
I know
They're
it's
all
terrible. I hate it. You
They
know,
are.
Bruce, you probably, I mean, everybody else has probably heard this story like 10 times already, right? Like Jeremy and Eddie are about to roll their eyes, right? Because I think they know what I'm about to say, right? But
Yep.
listen, seriously, like I had this family contact me and they're like, we just, you know, mom, dad, 2 kids under 13. We just want to go to the Bahamas this summer, right? On 7-day cruise, you know, Oasis of the Seas, interior cabin, $8,000.
Yep.
Carnival Legend from Baltimore, $52,000, interior cabin, right? And you know, like Bruce, you know, 3 and 4, passenger 3 and 4 are like basically almost free, right?
Yeah, basically nothing.
Yeah, right. So it's like, so passenger 1 and 2 is the bulk of that cost, and it's just insane. And I feel like I'm embarrassed to send those types.
I am too. I feel so bad when I get the call and I'm given the quote, and it's like,
I know it's terrible, right? So I'm worried. Like Jeremy said, I'm worried that whole Royal Beach Club in Paradise Island is going to be like an excursion where you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for it. But hopefully not. I mean, I think it'll probably. I mean, I'm hoping that it's like free to anybody that came on the Royal ships with possibly a. I mean, if you've seen the artist renderings, it's really big, right? So I'm hoping like there's a premium. I'm hoping it's kind of like Labadee, right? Where there's like a premium area for like suite guests and things like that or whatever and stuff. And then like there's, a free area or something like that, that's, like, for all intents and purposes, slumming it, like the Royal Beach Club, right?
The other cruise port, I cannot wait to see when they get it done in Belize.
Yeah.
Belize. Yes.
That is going to be so nice.
Port Coral.
That's Carnival's, right?
Yeah. Well, Belize is building. It's not Carnival.
Right.
Belize is building it themselves.
All ships.
They'll be able to have 4 ships there at any given time. And,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, anybody will be able to port there. It's
right.
Wasn't Carnival doing one too?
What's that?
Yeah. So Carnival's
Carnival building one.
Freeport. Carnival's doing one on Freeport. It's going to be called Great Beach or Grand Beach or something like that or whatever.
They better not even put Freeport in the name, because
no, it's not going to be. So
ever.
what's going to be great about it, Mike, is that the ships are going to be able to dock right at it. It's probably like, so if you can envision Grand Bahama Island in your mind, right? And Freeport's all the way down here on the end, right? So this Carnival area is going to be about halfway, like basically about in the middle of the island. And the dock is going to be able to accommodate 2 XL class ships at the same time. There's going to be a separate dock area for excursions and stuff. So like boats will be able to come up, pick up people, take them off to excursions and stuff. There's going to be like a whole big market area that's going to be run by local Bahamian businesses and stuff to sell. And then it's basically going to be like, like a private island experience, the rest of it, so there's, going to be beaches and different things and stuff like that and food and, the whole 9 yards. So it's really going to be something, I mean, it's going to give new purpose and a new drive to want to go on those itineraries that go to Freeport. If you've been to Freeport where it goes now, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty pathetic, right? So it's gonna really it's gonna make it a whole new thing.
Rob, mute your mic. There we go.
Hey, Prissy has a question. Has anyone participated in the Chef Experience excursion for $99 on Carnival? And if so, what did you make?
Is she talking about the chef's table?
The chef's table, yeah.
I have not done the chef's table. Have you, Scott?
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've done the chef's table on Royal. I mean, I didn't. It was like a 6 or 7 course meal. I mean, I it was kind of pricey, but I enjoyed the experience. They like the chef would come out and explain each course and give you the background on it. And plus you had like I guess you call it like a sommelier, the wine expert. So like each course would be matched with a certain wine. And so he'd give his spiel on, the wine and why it's paired with that particular dish. And I mean, it lasts like a good, at least 2 hours, almost 3. But I mean, and you're coming out of there because by the time you get out of there, you've had like 6 or 7 glasses of wine, and so it's kind of a neat experience because you go there, like I'm a solo cruiser, and so you're sitting at a table with like 7 or 8 other people, and at first like everybody's being kind of quiet, but after everybody's had like 5, 6 glasses of wine, everybody's leaving out there like the best of friends, so I thought it was a pretty good experience. I wouldn't do it every cruise, but because of the price, but it's definitely worth doing at least once just to say you did it.
And you don't want to be picky with food because some pretty extravagant food.
Yeah, well, it's already laid out. I mean, they already have their. I guess it's a set like for Royal. From what I've heard, it's like the chef's table menu is the same. It has been the same for a while. So
Cool.
No, if that's in Carnival, I haven't been in Carnival in 30 years, so I have no idea what's going on. This is gonna be my first in October, going back. So I'll be learning about all that stuff. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I've only been on 2 Carnival cruises, but I never did the chef table. I've always done the steakhouse.
so is she talking about Carnival? Which ship is she going on?
The Breeze.
Breeze.
Because she's
saying
talking
you're actually
about
really
the one that you cook with the chef. So I'm like, does the Breeze have Carnival Kitchen on it?
Not sure.
Some ships have that Carnival kitchen, but they also have behind the scenes as well, where you're going through the tour through the kitchen and stuff.
Oh, okay.
The only one that I know that has the kitchen.
Oh, the one when you cook with the chef.
Is when you cook
that's
with
the Carnival kitchen. That's the Carnival kitchen. That's the only thing she could be talking about.
Yeah, the only one I know is when you're in Kazi.
Oh, what's this?
I don't know. What is it?
Who's sharing that?
Oh, that's Scott. That has to be the new port area in Freeport.
Oh,
I'm assuming that's what it is. Scott, are you muted?
Nope. Sorry, I'm sorry. So it's like a really small image here, but I don't know if you can see my pointer here or not. But like these are like this what represents the 2XL class ships that will dock here.
Oh,
and then
okay.
This is the excursion dock right here. And then of course there's like like shops and eateries and stuff here. And then like if you can see here, there's like a lazy river and a swimming pool. And I mean it's gonna be a really amazing place. So
You had me at Lazy River.
yeah. Yeah.
Lazy River is the best invented. Seriously.
Yep. And I know
This
how
is gonna be pretty incredible.
This
I
is
wish,
the one right here.
I wish Coco K had one.
Yeah, you'd think out of all the work they did to Coco K, why they didn't put something like that in. So
Right.
So the last time I was at Coco K, I went to the Coco Beach Club, and I really wanted that to be worth the money and worth the effort and stuff like that. And I mean, it was. I mean, Coco K is such a great island, right? So I'd say, like, if you compared Coco Beach Club to the rest of the island experience, it wasn't elevated that much for the cost, for like what it cost. It wasn't that big of a deal. And I think the thing that was most disappointed me was you get this really amazing elevated lunch, but from the moment the waiter brought the food out and sat it down, and I am under exaggerating this when I say this. Like they brought this plate out to me. It had lobster tail on it. It had, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 items on it. It was a big plate. It was really an elevated lunch. There was easily 100 flies on it.
Wow.
Like, I'm not saying like 1 or 2 flies that was just, being a pest. No. There was 100 flies on it, and they would not leave. And in the end, I took about 4 bites of it, and I just said, I cannot eat this fly-infested food. And when the waiter came over and I said this to him, he said to me, yeah, I'm really sorry. There's nothing we can do about it. And I'm like, well, I understand there's nothing you can do about it, but I'm not about to eat. I mean, like I said, it wasn't 1 or 2 flies on this food. It was like 100 flies. So I was like, I'm not about to eat this food when there's not much flies on it. So that was the disappointing part of it, having paid for that elevated experience, but not really getting to enjoy it. So
yeah, I heard Coco Cay was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Coco Cay is it's an incredible island. It really is.
It is a great island, but the last time I went there, I stayed on the ship.
No.
Yep. I've been there like 4 times, and it's just the wife's a redhead. She can't handle the sun. I can't stand sand. Normally we go to the bar and just sit at the bar and we'll drink, like we'll get our fake cocktails and drink them. And but the kids, like, they didn't want to get in the pool or anything. They wanted to stay on the ship and play on the water slides and stuff because throughout the week they were pretty busy.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I think the pool at Coco Cay is one of the greatest. Like,
oh yeah, it's great.
Falls, right? I mean, because it's a really big, really nice pool, right?
Yeah. And they have one heck of a party there when the DJ's going.
Oh yeah,
and you know the water. It plays the music under the water too.
Oh well, I never went under the water, so I didn't know that. But okay.
So thank you, Michelangelo. Carnival Kitchen is apparently available on the Celebration, Panorama, Mardi Gras, and
the best cruise in the world.
The best cruise in the world.
Oh,
boom! It's in your face.
I was wondering if you had that.
Oh, he's got everything.
I'm learning.
Z's hacked him.
Yep.
Well, that must be now about November 3rd or December 30th, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be December 23rd, good sir.
Yeah, the 23rd is the inaugural.
The New Year's cruise is
23rd got postponed to the 30th.
Yeah, but the 23rd, you know, the crew's still going to be getting used to the ship, and you know, they'll be ready by the 30th.
That's all good. As long as Shebang still operates the way they did on.
Well, no, it's going to be closed. They won't be open yet.
Oh no, no sir.
They'll be closed down.
Hey, there's the Glory. Welcome in.
Hey.
Hey, we're going to be out there in a few months.
The Glory was my second Carnival cruise ever. My first one was the Valor. So they're the same ship, basically. So great. I mean, it's a great ship. My favorite, I think, probably, don't get me wrong, I love XL because I love the big ships, right? So XL is like really, I really feel like I'm on something comparable to Royal Caribbean ships when I'm on an XL class ship. Mm-hmm. But my favorite Carnival ship is Spirit class.
Pride and Spirit class?
Yeah, I really love Spirit class.
We did the Pride and Spirit class and actually love that ship.
Yeah, so Pride, Legend, Spirit,
Miracle.
There's one more.
Miracle.
Yes, Miracle. Miracle's always out on the West Coast, right? So I forget about Miracle all the time.
We did our first Halloween cruise on the Miracle. That's actually Cindy's favorite ship. The decor on that ship is just outstanding.
Yeah, they're moving the Miracle.
Dr. Frankenstein's bar lounge.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm always talking about that, like on the morning show. I'm like the Spirit class is like so ornate and it's just really regal and like I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, they're moving the Miracle to Galveston here pretty soon.
Yep,
I've been seeing a lot of the sailings coming out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Long Beach is going to be sad because that's been the Miracle's been doing a lot of those 3 and 4 day cruises.
Yeah, so like 100 years ago, I was like on an excursion in Cozumel. I don't even remember what cruise line I was on, but a guy in our in the bus with us or whatever, he had a Miracle shirt on, and he was telling us, it was from the West Coast, and I was like, wow, I was like, that ship is like permanently stationed out on the West Coast, they rotate ships all the time, but not the Miracle. It's been stuck out there.
Yeah.
My first cruise.
The Miracle used to do the Alaska cruise too. It used to Alaska out of Seattle, and they'll go down to Long Beach. So
my first cruise last March, we were doing the meetup at sea, and we were with the Miracle, and their horn was hilarious. It was one of the funniest sounding horns I've ever heard in my life. I was on the Carnival Panorama, and we were next to them, and it was like the loudest foghorn for the Panorama, and then it was with the Miracle. It was like poop, poop. It was hilarious, man.
The thing with the Miracle, they have this thing on there called Gatsby's Garden, and it's this private area. A lot of people don't even realize it's there, and it's a nice sitting area. It's really, really cool.
Nice.
That's
Where
what I
was
really
that, Bruce?
What's that?
Where is it?
It's in the forward of the ship. It's called Gatsby's Garden.
Gatsby's Garden.
Yeah, it's on deck, either deck 3 or deck 4. I can't remember which deck. But it's
On Miracle. You're talking
ship.
Miracle, right?
Yeah, Miracle.
Yeah. Yeah, because that'll be a ship. I'm on the West Coast, so that's going to be something that I'm going to jump on down to Ensenada and Catalina. That kind of a itinerary for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Panorama does that as well. So.
Yeah, that was my first cruise out of Long Beach on the Panorama.
The styling on the Dream is what kind of swayed my mind on my favorite ship, because that was the first ship in its class, and it had more of the classic styling of the older ships versus the Vista, which is just straight brown walls everywhere.
Straight brown walls, and it's cool that you guys are saying that I've never been on those, and I like to see that.
Yeah, so I've never been on Vista, but I've been on Horizon, and Horizon was not straight brown walls.
Well,
right?
The Vista.
So, and I remember watching you and Cheryl on the Dream, when you guys were when you were on there posting from that. I remember watching those videos, and of course, I've been on Magic and Breeze, and listening to you describe it because you guys were sitting somewhere and talking.
Oh yeah. It's this little room right off of the back of the library, and it has horses on the walls and cowboy theming and this great wood, stuff all around you. And it was a comfortable room to vlog in because there was no music. We went for 15 minutes straight. Nobody walked in.
Right. Well, I, having been on Breeze and Magic, I was like, there's nothing like that on those other two ships. And they're dream class ships as well. So, yeah.
They replaced it with something, but I don't know what.
You can't see. I always have a problem with this. You can't see this, but yeah. Okay, well, you could see the off to the side of my TV. There's some pictures hanging on the wall, and they're from the Dream. I'm not from the Dream, from the Breeze. So I always mean to say something about that, but yeah. So there's some pictures just out of the frame of my camera, and they're from the Breeze. So
I love the Breeze.
Yeah, I love the Breeze too. So
if you were to ask me still to this very day, what is the most exciting party ship that I've been on, it's going to have to be the Breeze because it's a constant party vibe. My favorite ship is now the Celebration. Celebration has inched forward toward the front of my list because it's the flagship. I don't know how they're going to outdo this on the Jubilee, but it is bumped up to my favorite ship.
Right. So I've been on, I mentioned this before, I've been on Mardi Gras twice, Celebration once. I like Celebration just a little bit more. I like kind of the vibe and the decor a little bit more on Celebration.
It's all Miami. It's definitely all Miami, and it makes you feel like you slipped into South Florida. You know, that ship is true to its roots.
When I think they tweak each version of each class ship, right? And I think, you know, from what they, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Mardi Gras is amazing, right? XL in general is amazing.
Right.
But I think, you know, like Celebration is next, right? So they tweaked it a little bit. And I just like the tweaks a little bit more. Yeah.
And in the gateway area of the Jubilee is going to be called Currents, and I'm liking the slope ceiling already with the wave shaped ceiling. I know that I'm going to really vlog that area because I didn't get down there, even though it's a scheduled event on your planner on the app. It says at 6 p.m. every day they're going to do this audio video presentation, but I never made it.
Yeah.
Never made it. Waiting on for me to check into Shebang at 7:45. I don't know. I lost my mind on the cruise. Is what happened, and I set my camera down more than I should have.
Yeah,
it happens.
It's because you were with so many people.
Yeah, well, yeah. Once you
same
get to
thing happened on the Vloggers cruise with me.
Yeah, you just don't pick up anything. First meet and greet, that was all baby's camera work. That was not me because I didn't even pick the sucker up. I may have taken a couple of pictures, but then at the more meet and greets we did, I'm like, okay, I need to document this somehow. But on the booze cruise, we already talked about it this morning. Me and Eddie are probably going to be side by side on the Glory, trying to come at you live from the Gulf of Mexico for the morning show. So we'll have to see.
Like, I'm actually wondering. That's why I said to you, like, I'm actually wondering if it's actually going to happen.
Right.
Like, am I going to have to carry a show or two? Right. So,
probably.
Bruce, I know
Bruce, I noticed
that you're up on the West Coast equivalent to the middle of the night. Right. So when you come in, every time I see you come into our chats and stuff, I'm like, wow, he's really
So when it's 6 a.m. here when you guys are on.
I know,
right.
It's crazy, right?
It's a surprise.
I try to catch Eddie's every once in a while. I'm able to get up, but
I know if these two are not able to get in there with me, you may have to get in there and help me carry the show for that week or something.
Well, I'm going to be on the Glory.
Yeah, he's going to be on the Glory.
Who's not going to? All right, who's not going to be on the Glory?
There's 4 or 5 of us.
Me.
You're it.
Bob, you're on the Glory. So there's
October what?
on this stream.
October 29th.
6 of us
this year.
On the Glory.
This year, we all need to go there.
29th, on October 29th, which happens to be my 53rd birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday.
On October 29th,
feels to me like somebody's booking the cruise.
I'm going to be getting off. I'm going to be getting off Wonder of the
Wonder.
I'm going to be getting off Wonder of the Seas and flying home. Right. So
I'm 2 months. I'm 2 months older than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's August 31st. I'll be 53. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'll be 53 on October 29th. So I'm going to be flying. I'm going to be getting off Wonder that day and flying home. So the first show after that would be the next day.
Right.
Is it the next day? Yeah. So the next
day.
Yeah. So, So who knows? I mean, I hope the internet cooperates. I think it'll be an amazing show if the two of you can be on there or whatever. So for sure. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have the besties with us too.
Yeah. I hope it works out.
They might be gallivanting off at C-Day brunch or something. I don't know.
Right. So the last times I was on Carnival ships, other than XL, the internet was pretty much unusable.
Yeah.
And the ships were practically empty, right? Because it was during the pandemic, right? So they were only sailing at certain capacities and the internet was still pretty much unusable.
Right.
So I'm really worried about that for sure.
Well, Rob, tell me how Wonder was not Rob. Scott, tell me how Wonder is because when I was just on there in April, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And then it had Starlink.
Right.
You're kidding. Yes. Oh my God.
So I was on Anthem in January and it had Starlink, Jeremy had said to me, before I went on, he was like, hey, run a speed test. I'm like, genius. Right. So so I ran speed tests and of course it came back that the provider was Starlink. Right. It was pretty good, but there were some times when it was just, like
Congested.
totally out. But
Yeah.
It's crazy how different it was from between that and the vloggers. Anytime I wanted to go live on the vloggers cruise, no problem whatsoever.
and,
I try to do a 20-minute sail away on the Wonder, and I mean, I can see like from one side of the ship to the other, and I don't see anybody else trying to do a live or anything like that.
Right.
And I can't.
What
I
ship
can't even
was
do
the
a 20
vloggers
minute.
cruise on?
That was on the Norwegian Breakaway.
Okay, gotcha.
A lot smaller ship, but
Yeah.
you would think that Wonder being new, they would have had everything set up for the Starlink and all, because I'm sure they knew it was coming at that point.
Right.
Question
I've
for
never
Bruce.
had good internet on any cruise. I mean, you get it for like one day. That's why I don't want to. I never buy the internet package hardly. If it's a 7-day cruise, I get like one day of good internet and then 6 days of so.
I mean, out of all the Carnival cruises I've been on since the restart, the only good internet I had was on Mardi Gras and Celebration. Every other ship I was on was garbage.
Yep.
Like
Bruce,
basically unusable.
Bruce, do you have any more cabins that hold 5 people for the booze cruise?
So here's the thing with the Booze Cruise and the Glory. The only cabins that are still available are guaranteed cabins.
Yeah.
They have you can't get an assigned cabin, which tells me that Carnival, I think, is overbooking this cruise. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm looking. I looked on the public site, just carnival.com as a regular person, and they have everything but suites sold out.
Yeah.
Everything but suites.
Rob, are you going solo?
No.
Oh, you have somebody with
So
you?
I can book, because I just did. I just booked a client for 2, but all I could get them was a guarantee, and so we'll see.
Hey, Bruce, how much is a third person?
Like, what was it?
Say I wanted the cabin with Rob and his guest.
What was a third? It wasn't that much. It was under $100 for a third person. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. But all that's left, yeah. So if you want to go, I didn't book Rod's cabin, so you'd have to. Rod, did you book it on your own?
No, I went through Sherry Sunset.
Oh,
okay. So yeah, so get with Sherry and see if she can put you in there. I don't know. Did you get a cabin that 3 can go in?
Yeah.
So check and see if you can go on that then, Larry.
Yeah.
Check with Sherry.
Literally for the last week, I have actually thought to myself, is it possible for me to get off a Wonder, shuttle to MCO, fly to New Orleans,
and
make it One Glory?
God. Oh, wow.
So we have been, where's the Wonder going out of? That's not going out of Miami, right?
Port Canaveral.
Port Canaveral. Because I've been trying to convince Sherry with Destination Fun, but she's going out of Miami. What ship is she going on, Eddie?
I think she's on Celebration.
Yeah, and I was trying to get her to do that, to get off and to get a quick flight.
Yeah, I've been like really like fathoming it. Like, is it even possible?
It's gonna be close. It would be
real close.
Right? It would be like so close, right? Like there would be zero margin for error on it.
Exactly. And you know how the flights are going right now. There is no exact.
Hey, Bruce, you do see that? Well, I don't know who you booked through, but Southwest did open up till January now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I was able to do my flight today.
Yeah, I need to book my flights. I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna do that.
I've got a question for the travel agents that are here. I mean, have you guys like seen any word on like when or if it like the like the car rental prices or car rental rates are going to come down? Because I know they went like way up around the whole, pandemic situation because cars weren't really being produced, and so I'm just wondering, are we ever gonna get close to the days where it was like $20 a day, $25 a day, I mean, because even back in the day, but before that, I mean, you could routinely get, cars $15 a day, $20 a day. Now it's like 100, 150.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that was the excuse that was used, was like, well, they're not producing cars. Well, they're producing cars now, so
Right.
I'm pretty sure everything has went the way of using the pandemic as an excuse to jack prices, and you're not going to get the prices back.
Everybody.
Yeah. Everybody is using a pandemic.
It's gonna be the new normal now. Is like $100 a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we just we're looking to rent a car here in a few weeks when our daughter comes in from Texas. She's coming in for a week, and yeah, it's I think the cheapest we're getting, and this is with a discount as a travel advisor, is still like $120 a day.
Right.
Any of you guys use Turo?
No, I won't use that. My wife keeps trying to get me to consider it, like in Port Canaveral for the day and stuff like that. I probably won't use that.
What's Turo?
No,
Renting it from other people?
I also will never do Airbnb.
That's like the
Turo
Airbnb
is like an
car.
Airbnb for car rentals, basically.
People
That's what I
like
thought.
like individuals rent their cars out and stuff. So okay, so Cruise Vet, here's my like real world personal experience in the scenario coming up, right? I threw a 3-day cruise on Seaside ahead of my Wonder cruise. I did something very similar last October. I'm doing the same thing this October. So I'm flying down, going on this 3-day cruise, getting off the 3-day cruise, staying in Orlando for a whole week, and then going back out to the port and getting on Wonder, and then sailing Wonder and getting off. So this is a scenario. I'm renting a car in MCO, so Orlando International, for 1 day. I'm renting it when I get in, going to a hotel, getting up the next morning, driving out to Port Canaveral, returning it, and getting on the MSC Seaside. That's going to cost me $160.
Wow.
God.
So
Holy
now
shit.
I'm getting, so then at the end of that 3-day cruise, I'm getting off of that ship and I'm renting a car at the same car agency budget in Port Canaveral, and I'm keeping it for an entire week, entire 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Driving it to Orlando, staying there or whatever, keeping it for entire 7 days and returning it. And it's costing me $312 for 7 days. So it's crazy, right? So basically half of that for a single day, versus, double for like a whole week. So it is crazy.
That's crazy. I know one time we were doing going out of Galveston, and this was right after the restart. There was 8 of us, and so I actually rented a van, and we were going to all drive down, and I was going to drop it off in Galveston and have it, to add. It was, I think it was budget. It might have been Avis. I can't remember, but it was less expensive for me to keep that vehicle for a week and park it there and drive it back than for them, because they were going to have to go to Galveston and pick it up, and they were going to charge me over $300 to go pick up that thing.
Wow.
So I kept it for a week, and I saved myself $200.
Nice.
So it's crazy what they're, and everything it's the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they're still using it today. So.
Yep.
But I mean, like to ask myself, why am I paying $150 or $160 for one day and only 312 for 7?
Right.
Right.
In basically the same area. I don't.
Yeah.
Because you're
Beats
taking it to a
me.
different location. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, like beats me. Like I don't know why, but it's kind of crazy.
Mm.
So, but now this same time last year in October, yeah. I can tell you that same scenario I did this October 2022. That car for the week cost me almost 700.
Holy crap!
Eddie, you like the pillow?
Oh yeah.
So I did the same thing. Like I flew down.
like the hat too.
I had Harmony of the Seas booked for 7 days. I threw in a 3-day cruise on Maravilla and a week in between in Orlando. And same scenario. It cost me almost 700 for that car. And I rent it from the same place. I rented it in Port Canaveral and returned it to Port Canaveral because I rented it when I got off Maravilla.
Mm-hmm.
It cost me $700. So it's at least, a better deal this time around, but
Yeah.
I still don't know why a whole week is only just about, double of a day. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Nope.
But the bottom line is hopefully they have gone down some. Hopefully they'll keep going down.
Well, yeah,
I hope so too.
I was curious because I figure maybe being travel agents, y'all might get some like heads up,
Yeah.
things happening.
You'd think we get less. I mean, you'd think we would get more heads up about some stuff that we do. We don't really like they don't love us as much as they used to. That's in my opinion. So, but from car rentals, no, not at all.
Airlines.
No, like the airline stopped paying commissions in 1995. So,
Yeah.
like I don't even think about them anymore. Like airlines, what? But, yeah. I mean, here's the thing about it though. I worry that if you're these industries, right? How do you suddenly say to yourself, we've been charging these crazy amounts of money for like the last couple of years. Okay, now it's time to charge less. Like, how does that how's that really kind of compute, right? Like, I don't see that happening, right?
Nope.
Like,
not as long as the demand, demand does everything. So and the demand, especially with cruising, it's so high right now.
Yep.
And all the cruise lines are up.
Yeah.
And so, and same with rentals and everything else. I mean, around here, it's hard to get a rental car. I mean, you really gotta. You used to be able to go to the local, whatever. You can't do that now. If you don't have a reservation weeks in advance, you're not getting a rental car.
Right.
Well, Hawaii was like 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'll give you like a really give you like a super fast abridged version of like 2 different scenarios that I'm dealing with on like a client side or like on a travel agent side, right? So I have these clients call me. They're very specific, and that's not always the case, right? But these are like the easy ones, right? So they call me. They're like, we know everything. We definitely want to go from this port at this time of the year on this ship to this destination. I'm like, done, right? Like, here's a quote, right? Like, deal, right? So I'm like, cool. So I start off. I preface the entire conversation with, I just need to, let you know that not only is demand really high right now and stuff like that, but you're also talking about the peak time of the year, right? So, I can't tell you right now what it's going to be, but I'm just going to tell you that it's going to be probably like the most expensive that it's going to be, right? They're like, oh, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I send them the quote, crickets, right? So On the flip side of that, I have these clients call me out of nowhere. They're like, kind of the same thing, right? We know exactly where we want to go, what we want to do, this, that, or whatever. So they give me all the information. I'm just like, phew, like this is going to be like piece of cake, right? So I put the quote together. I sent it to them. It's 17 grand, right? On American Cruise Lines on Mississippi, right?
Mhm.
And I send it to them. I'm like, these people are never going to book this, right? And within 5 minutes, they're like, how do we make the deposit?
Wow.
Dang.
I had that
I'm
same
like,
thing happen with a couple that was doing on an Italy cruise, and the cruise was over $12,000 for 3 of them.
Mhm.
I'm like, there's no way they're going to do this. And
Right.
within minutes, they're like, they not just did a deposit, they paid off the whole thing, and it's just like, oh,
yeah.
Wow.
okay. You just never know. You never know what the clients are going to do.
Yeah. You know what surprised me is here recently I saw a brick and mortar like travel agency, and like I thought that went out like back in like the 80s or 90s, and I was driving down the freeway, I almost ran off the road when I saw it, and sure enough, it's it was like a Expedia travel, and I was like, wow, I hadn't seen one of those, and because that used to be the way you do it.
There's still a few around.
Yeah,
there's one in the town we live in, but yeah, but most of it, it's
So like there's two brick and mortar ones in my location that I have voodoo dolls over here off screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I hate them so bad, right? Anyway, right. So one of them actually went out of business. I was like, it's bad juju to like be like, dancing around the room for that one or whatever. But listen, so you're right. Most of them did go out of business a long time ago. The ones that survived, most of them did not survive COVID.
Right.
I know, Mike, I know there used to be one inside the Fiesta at Airline and 45 North.
Right.
I'm not sure if they're still in there.
This one was off the Grand Parkway up almost to the Woodlands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know where Kirkendall and Grand Parkway, and and then they popped up on my Facebook feed because I guess they're doing like an open house. And they're like, hey, come, RSVP. We're doing a open house from this time to this time, and we've got all these great deals with these different cruise lines. And I'm half tempted to go over there and just check it out, But I don't know. Like I said, I remember like back in the day before the internet, because I actually went to one of those to book some travel one time.
back when they gave the paper tickets, right?
Well, exactly.
And they give you the pamphlets to read about where you're going. And
oh wow!
With the carbon paper inside,
I was just kind of driving along, and I was like, "Wait, did I see that?" And I like had to, do the double take, almost wrecked, but.
So I used to have a brick and mortar location. Okay. So I get an email once a month from Google with statistics. And I am still getting emails where like over 100 people, like it gives me all these breakdowns. How many people the quick of it is, the part of that breakdown is over 100 people are still asking for directions to my agency from Google, from like finding my listing on Google, and then they're asking for directions on how to get to my, so it's like, so, and then like when they call me, they're like, well, can we make an appointment to come in? I'm like, no, but I'll come to you. Right? Like I'll come to you, I'll meet you at Starbucks or whatever. I just tell them like I had to close my brick and mortar like everybody else did during the pandemic. I haven't opened it up again. I don't know if I will, but I'm more than happy if that's something that you're interested in. I'm more than happy to meet you anywhere. I'll come to you. I'll meet you at Starbucks, this or that or whatever. 99% of them are perfectly fine to continue the process over the phone and through email.
Right.
One or two are like, sure, I'd love to meet you at the local Starbucks. Great. I go over there, set up. Starbucks is really gracious, lets me sit in there for hours and, and pitch clients and stuff like that. Doesn't give me any grief about it. So, but again, over 100 people every single month through the entire pandemic, including May of 2023. Over 100 people asking for directions to my agency. And of course, my address is out of there now, right? So Google Maps still has my original location image in there. And I've emailed them and say, can we get rid of that? And they ignore me. So they don't respond to me about it. But yeah, so it still has it in there. So they're asking for directions on how to get there. But, I don't have an actual physical address in there anymore. Just a town and a state.
Right.
So, yeah.
Holy mama. I remember those days. For everything. Every time I went to Puerto Rico, every time I needed a rental car, something like that, and everything. Wow.
Used to have to call the airline. You know what I mean? Like, it's people don't know the struggle of travel back in the day.
Yeah. Before even MapQuest and all that, I had to print papers and you have to, sometimes I have to go by hearsay, get someplace to go, have you ever heard of this place? Oh yeah, the Dunk Block, make a left here. And, oh crap. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I used to deliver pizza with a key map. Do you remember?
Oh,
do you remember key
I had
maps?
one of those. I used to do. I used to deliver pizzas, and I also delivered Chinese food. And they would give you the key maps. And Of course, I'd still get lost.
I deliver pizza, but I've never heard of key map. What's that?
Key map is located in Houston and Harris County. It's back from the 90s. It's this little binder with map. They block off the map.
Oh, okay. I know. Okay, the key maps. Okay, I know what you mean by that.
Well, I'm thinking to myself, boy, Texas really is its own country, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's weird.
I've only had one layover in here, or two layovers down and back from Miami. So that's the only thing I know about Houston.
Right.
And Scotland, it is flat. It's ugly. It's all beige.
Yep.
It's weird.
But it's cheap,
very,
though, right?
very, very long airports to get from gate to gate. So I had to take the golf cart. I know that.
No, IAH is huge.
It's massive.
We walked it. For the celebration sailing, and believe me, that is a big airport. But Miami was big too. We went all the way.
Miami is a big airport.
We were at gate 60 because this travel agent, this brand new baby infant travel agent, booked an American Eagle flight, and the gangway to the plane. You know what I'm talking about, Larry? The plane is small. Okay, baby called it a crop duster. So the gangway comes up off of the ground instead of upstairs, like planes are supposed to load. So that was my bad. We made it back.
I've only been to Miami once, and I think I landed in Miami, and I think I was at the very last gate down at the end, and you had to walk that long haul all the way. But that was once. I flew out of Fort Lauderdale coming back, and that was a pretty simple thing. But
right.
See, now sailing out of Houston or out of Galveston is absolutely on my bucket list, and it's high up on the bucket list.
No.
I'm gonna move heaven and earth to make it happen sooner than later.
Yep.
But I fly Southwest wherever possible. So that means I'm flying in a hobby.
Of course.
Yeah, preferable.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hobby is a whole lot better. besides, hey Eddie, I need to run an ad on your channel real quick. If you are sailing out of Galveston in the morning, number one, you should already be here. But in the event that you are not, and you are sailing out of Galveston, leave very early if you're coming through Houston, because from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., I-45 South, all main lanes are going to be closed in both directions.
Oh, wow.
From 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. I reported that a while ago, but in the event that anybody is watching in this chat, get here early. Get down to Galveston, because whenever they close those lanes, it's going to be terrible getting through there on 45 South.
Rob and I are booked out of there in 2025, so we're safe.
Nice.
I-45 is crazy.
Well, like I think when I looked, I think Hobby is like 30 miles closer to Galveston than H is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
That's my last 4 trips was to Hobby. Very small. I find it to be a small, comfortable airport.
I'm going to ask then, because I'm not used to Galveston, going out of Galveston stuff. So when you're talking Bush or Hobby, now, is there only certain airlines that goes to each one?
Could be.
I mean, I don't know, but I know that only
Southwest.
Southwest only goes to Hobby.
Only goes to Hobby.
Oh, okay.
No, they go to both, but it used to be they only went to Hobby, but they just recently started going to Intercontinental.
Oh, well, it must have been really recently, because the last time I searched in Southwest's website, like the only thing that came up for that area was Hobby.
That's their main. That's their main airport.
Yeah. That used to be like where they would only go, but now they've kind of opened it up. But
gotcha.
I think it's more so Hobby than the other.
And they still don't have a shuttle down to the cruise port from the airports?
They do. Carnival has the transportation that you can purchase.
Oh, okay. So the Carnival does? Okay, good. Okay.
But it's like over an hour, isn't it, from Houston to Galveston?
An hour and 10 minutes.
If you're driving the speed limit, yes.
Wait, they use the speed limit down there?
Hey, well, no, I do. I do, and people are blowing by me. I'm like this old man behind the wheel, but that's just the way I drive.
10 and 2. There you go.
Jeremy drives the speed limit.
Except for from Galveston to the NASA 1 bypass, they have had this road construction ever since I've moved down here about 4 or 5 years ago. And that, like I said, the road construction, the same thing. They've been working on it, but the speed limit from NASA 1, Webster, Texas, just south of Houston, all the way to Galveston is 55 miles an hour. I refuse to do that. I'm hitting it at about 60, but people are still blowing past me.
It's like Mad Max. 60. I mean, people in Houston, I mean, they'll just run you over.
They'll run you over.
You'll be doing 85, and they'll be like right on your,
I just experienced driving on American roads back in August. My kids live in New Mexico, and I cannot believe you guys have 75-mile-an-hour speed limits in places on stretches. That just blows me away, man.
There's actually it's a very small area, but there's actually a few small areas in the United States where the speed limit is listed at whatever is daily deemed reasonable.
Oh my.
Wow. There's an 80-mile-an-hour zone between San Antonio and El Paso.
Oh my.
On I-10.
Like in Montana, I think one of the places is in Montana or something. There's a stretch of about a 50-mile stretch of highway or whatever.
Where there is no speed limit.
Yeah, where there's basically a speed limit, whatever is deemed daily, like deemed, reasonable for the day or whatever.
I don't mind 75 miles an hour, but I was driving a U-Haul with a pretty heavy box that kept waving back and forth across the freeway, man.
No, you don't want to do that.
No, that was crazy, man.
Just stay to the right, and that's it.
Well, that's what I did, yeah.
So in Pennsylvania, we have the Pennsylvania Turnpike, which stretches from east to west.
476.
So 76. So 70. So on 76, the speed limit is 70.
Wow.
Everywhere else, it's either 55 or 65. There's no place else in Pennsylvania where it's 70. It's either 55 or 65, depending on where you are. When you're heading south, say like through like Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia, the speed limit is 55 until you get to Maryland. I think it is 55 in Maryland as well. When you get to West Virginia, it's 70. And then when you get into Virginia, it's 70. But here's the problem in Virginia. So in Virginia, if you are driving 20 miles per hour or faster over the posted limit, no matter what the limit is, or 80 miles per hour or faster, no matter where, it is a criminal offense.
Oh, wow.
And you have to go to court for it. It's called reckless driving. It's a misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor of the 3rd degree. You have to go to court for it. And in some cases, people go to jail for it.
Oh, wow.
It is the most
I'm guilty.
draconian
Holy.
I'm
thing.
guilty. They got me on that one. Reckless driving.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for me, like in Pennsylvania, let's say the posted limit is 65 and I'm doing 90, right? I will get pulled over. My fine will be based on how many miles per hour over the speed limit I was going, but it will never be anything more than a moving violation.
Right.
So in Virginia, it could be a criminal offense that I need an actual like defense attorney for, right?
Yes.
And I know that because
Right.
guess what? It happened to me about 15 years ago. And I was actually telling somebody, I was telling a cab driver in Mexico. I asked him one time, I said to him, I said, is there speeding tickets in Mexico? He said, no.
No.
So I said to him, I said,
there's bribery.
Well, he said, what about, he's like, there is speeding tickets in Estados Unidos. I said, yes. I said, in fact, I think I've had the most expensive speeding ticket there ever was. I said, because it included attorney's fees and the eventual reduction of my criminal, offense of a misdemeanor 3 of reckless driving in Virginia down to simple speeding, what they call simple speeding down there. So then I had to pay $5 for every mile per hour over the speed limit I was going, what they reduced it to. And then like a court cost, right? So that coupled with the attorney's fees, that was a $2,300 speeding ticket.
Ouch.
Okay. Now, here's the thing, right? You'd think I was going like, 150 miles per hour in a 65. No, okay. It was a 65 mile per hour speed limit, and I was going 81.
Oh my.
And they pulled me over. And right? So I worked for the Pennsylvania legislature for 30 years for the Pennsylvania Senate, for the state Senate, right? I worked for the Republican caucus. So I had to hire this lawyer in Virginia to deal with this for me. And so when the thing was progressing, I had this conversation with the lawyer. I said, listen, I work for the legislature. Like, a criminal offense is incompatible with my employment and my life. Okay.
Yep.
Like, I work for the people who make laws, right? Like, I cannot have a criminal offense, right? So he was like, listen, I'm going to talk to the cop and see if the cop is okay with me asking the judge to reduce it to simple speeding. And I said, okay, well, what's that all about? And he was like, well, because if the cop's not going to oppose it, the judge is likely to agree. So I'm like, okay. So, and then he was like, I put a call out to him. I'm waiting for him to call me back. I was like, okay. So then we got to the Friday before the Monday of the hearing. And I called him and I was like, I haven't heard from you. What's going on? Have you heard back from the cop? He's like, no, but I'm not worried because I'll see him at church on Sunday.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I got pulled over in Mayberry, I guess. So, so the cop eventually did not oppose it, and it did get reduced to simple speeding. But it cost me $2,300, right? Now, when I'm in the state of Virginia, I go under the speed limit every single time, no matter how much of a hurry I'm in. So, and Virginia is a massive state to be driving through. So,
Yeah.
I just can't imagine it being a criminal offense to do it. I don't get that part.
It's a misdemeanor of the 3rd degree.
Wow.
And if you're in the military, you have to show up in uniform, and you have to bring a command representative with you in uniform.
Oh, wow.
Needless to say, you don't want to be like, lower enlisted, blue shirt, get the ticket, and then you have to explain to your command, and then, hey, by the way, I need one of you guys to come with. It's just not a friendly interaction, to go with. Because then after that, you're just no matter how the ticket turns out, you're in the doghouse with the command after that. So that's worse than the ticket.
My favorite. Yeah. My favorite stretch of road in Virginia is between Virginia Beach and Norfolk, where I was stationed. And there's this two-way HOV lane that apparently is not monitored because I used to speed through there all the time. Never got caught.
They got me.
A two-lane HOV lane. I really didn't understand.
That would be Interstate 64.
Yeah.
Are you saying a 2-lane HOV lane?
Yeah. Ours in Houston are only one lane going one direction. These were two lanes going in the same direction. That was kind of weird. And plus, I used to speed through the tunnel as well. The tunnel was my favorite. But no, I never got caught.
Yeah, when I graduated,
I've speeded through Virginia many times and never got caught. But that one time, it was
$2,300.
It was tragic to my wallet, for sure. So
when I graduated in '98, me and my girlfriend went down to Myrtle Beach for the week, and she got pulled over on the way down there. And I'm not sure if it was North Carolina or South Carolina. They told us that 8 miles an hour over the speed limit is can take you right to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So luckily they reduced it to 5, but it was still they still gave her a ticket.
We know Virginia used to have these signs. I think they changed the laws down there since, right? But they used to have these signs at all their borders. And when I say a sign, I mean like a sign like as big as like the world, right? Like these massive signs. And it was all in caps. And it would say, if you are caught in our state with an unregistered firearm, it is this is the term they used. It is an automatic 5-year exile. Right? Like Virginia is a super draconian state, right?
Okay. May I ask about a gun thing here, if I can?
Virginia, because it's like I think they get a bonus for.
Yeah, Virginia is like
if they arrest you and you're in the military, it's like, oh, sweet, we got it's like a bonus or something.
And when you say why I know so much about Virginia is because that's where my people are from.
Yeah.
Right.
When you say unregistered, is that so? I know it's someone who bought a gun legally, all that kind of stuff, but it's not registered. Is that what you're talking about? They could. Yes. Oh my!
Yeah, it's exile. It's so there's no court hearing, there's no nothing. If a cop pulls you over in Virginia and you have an unregistered firearm, you go straight to jail for 5 years, no questions asked.
Holy
Is it still the law today?
No, so I think that law changed, but that used to be a law for like it was like a law down there for like 10 years.
Well, what's
right?
their
And it
definition of
changed,
unregistered?
right?
Just like
Because
you bought it like secondhand from like a private citizen, or
done. I mean that now not anymore, but that's the way it was, right? Now
But they must
Because
have made
when you buy
a ton
from
off
a
of
gun,
that.
when you buy from a gun shop or whatever, it's automatically registered. Correct?
no.
well,
No,
you get a background check for sure. If you buy it from a licensed dealer, you have to get there's just
Right.
Right.
But I thought it was automatically registered too.
No, you
No,
still
I
have to
thought
register
so.
No, they have these they'll rent a banquet room in a hotel, in like a Motel 6 and just sell guns.
Yeah,
Oh,
and Virginia does it like crazy.
Oh, you're talking about
Virginia
like
has
a
gun
gun
shows like
show.
crazy.
Yeah, like
I-
gun shows, they call them gun shows, right? And
Yeah.
it's just a space. Like, like if a store went out of business or whatever, they'll like rent the store for the day.
But I'm talking about like, for instance, in Texas, and our daughter's boyfriend, fiance, works at what's your guys' big
Academy.
Academy. In
Academy,
fact,
yeah.
he used
Academy,
to work in the gun department. So if you buy like at Academy and they do the background check and everything, but isn't it automatically registered? Because he talks about all these forms they have to fill
Well,
out.
down here we have constitutional carry. So, like for me, I can have a pistol in my car as long as I have it holstered. It doesn't have to be on my person. I can have it sitting in the seat, but it's got to be holstered. Now, if I just have it laying in the seat without the holster, then he can. I'm subject to whatever, But as long as it's holstered, it's in plain view when the cop sees me,
So according to this person in New Mexico, he bought the gun, did the background check, and he didn't have to register it. And so now what I'm worried about when you're saying crossing border lines, this person's supposed to be moving from New Mexico out to Oregon and driving, and I'm kind of worried about what you're saying there.
Well,
Yeah, you have to check
that
with
was
the individual
Virginia,
state.
though. He won't be going through Virginia.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah, Virginia, listen, like I said, and I hate it because that's where my people are from, right?
Yeah.
Like I refer to Virginia as the motherland for me, right? Because that's where all my people are from. And my family is this prolific family from the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. So prolific, in fact, the federal government at one time recognized this massive 10,000 acre area of the Shenandoah Valley as my family is a Carpers, right? So like the federal government recognized it as Carper Valley, Virginia, right? So, and like even now, like you can go to like real estate places and search, and you will see like listings for like Carper Valley this and Carper Valley that and stuff like that. So like the Carpers are like this prolific Shenandoah Valley family, right? And my great grandma was a Carper, right? So anyway, so it's like this big prolific family. So like I love Virginia, but at the same time, I don't know how I could ever live there, right? Because it's just such it's such a draconian place to live. I mean, there's so many rules, so many laws that don't exist in all of the surrounding areas, so states. So yeah, pretty crazy.
We lived in Chester for 4.5 years. Chester is a little town south of Richmond. At exit 61 on 95. We were there from 2007 to 2012. We bought a house, we moved there. And the only reason we moved back to New York was because my wife's job, they were closing the 5 different headquarters throughout the states and moving them all to Arkansas. And I told her, there's no way in hell that I'm moving to Arkansas. So we either stay here, look for all the jobs, or we go back to New
You
York?
don't want to. You don't want to move it to Arkansas?
No.
I mean, come on.
No, we went back to New York in 2012. Yeah, cheap, forget it. But no,
Yeah.
no, Tornado
What-
Alley land. No,
What's wrong with Arkansas, Eddie? I don't know.
no,
Uh,
no.
it's kind of it's one of the armpits of America.
Yeah.
I'm actually kidding. Like I said, I have Canadian daughters that live in New Mexico, so I know quite a bit. So I was just trying to tease. I was trying to tease Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dated a girl out of New Mexico. I went to see her. I spent 8 days with her, and that was more than enough.
Yeah.
Once I saw the town, I say, Albuquerque, goodbye. I'm out of here. So
Yeah, so like my cousins and stuff, they always make fun of me when I get down to Virginia, right? Because they're always saying like I talk funny, right? So, but you know, so but like, and I love Virginia. Virginia's such a beautiful place, right? But it's like the land of the most, you know, like you almost have to walk the straightest line in the world in the state of Virginia. I mean, because there's just so many rules there. So
Yep.
yeah.
Commonwealth
I liked it, but
of Virginia, the Commonwealth.
yeah, I mean, listen, there's only 3 commonwealths in the country, right?
Right.
Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Virginia, right?
Well, Kentucky's a Commonwealth.
Oh, is Kentucky a Commonwealth? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but listen, so I live in a Commonwealth. Virginia's a Commonwealth. We are nothing alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head on out.
no, don't worry, Bruce. I think we're wrapping up. It's been 3 hours.
Yeah, you guys are up late. It's 9:56 here. Holy cow!
Yeah, like listen, it's still dinner time where Bruce lives. So
yeah, snack time.
Right.
Actually, which state is Bruce in? I don't remember.
He's in
Washington.
Oh,
wow.
Washington. I thought he was in
Washington
California.
State. Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's right. He's just
Pacific
below
Standard
me.
Time.
Yep, south of you. So
Yeah.
it's not too far. But yeah,
I got another live in 8.5 hours.
You do?
and they have
And Sherry, Destination Fun.
Yeah, 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, in about 8 hours, we're gonna be with her.
but all you guys are on live like 24/7, aren't you?
Yeah,
No,
I'm not.
No. Eddie is online.
Eddie is.
Eddie's on 24. Mike, Clock. I see you
Clock,
with
I was
Eddie
gonna say,
all the time.
Clock is
Only on
on
Fridays
live.
and Saturdays.
Clock is live
And
a
then
lot.
mine's Sunday.
Yeah.
Clock is live a lot.
Then I'm with him too. So I do
just come and
17 lives a week.
No, and when Clock is live, sometimes on Sunday, his wife is on the front.
Yes,
right?
I see that. Yeah.
In the front, like where he is, right? And then when I see Mike sitting in the back, I always think to myself, now this is going to sound kind of stupid to you, right? Mike might pick up on it or whatever. I always think that's Mike in the corner. That's Mike not in the spotlight.
That's not in the spotlight. Yeah.
That's Mike
He
not
hates it
in the
too.
spotlight, losing
hates it.
his
Oh my
religion.
Yeah.
He hates it with
God, I
a
hate
passion.
REM.
Then he's right. Look at him.
You'd never see a hand to go faster at a radio in your life. If I'm in the car and REM comes on, it's like
Right. So, like I think his wife hates me though. She'll never speak to me ever again. Right. Like I asked Mike to meet us at this really great crab restaurant in Maryland, right? This summer. They'll probably never do it now because his wife.
she'll be all for it because
She hates me now because
she likes crabs.
Because every time the last couple times he went live, I posted lyrics to the song she hates the most in the world.
Yeah, Red Solo Cup.
Red Solo Cup by Keith, right? And I always, every time I post the lyrics, I'm watching, like I'm looking at her, like I'm watching her face on the camera. I'm like, does she see it yet?
she'll give you a reaction.
Does she see it yet? Does she see it? Then finally she's just like I start to see the look on her face change. I was like, she saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! All right, guys. Thank you for
Great show.
hanging out. Yes.
Gracias, hermano.
Wow.
Buenas noches. Dios te bendiga.
Bendición. Gracias. Tú te vas a hacer,
Good night, everyone. Dominique.
Can somebody hit the SAP button on my computer?
Somebody hit this guy here.
Yeah, exactly. He used to sleep already.
He's
Oh
probably
yeah, Rob.
We'll be on live with Sherry in the morning at 9:30 in the morning. Then the Saturday stroll later at 6. I have a video on the stroll. Oh man, excuse me. And then hopefully we'll be back again tomorrow night. Tonight at 10 p.m. if Mike is up to it. It's up to him. If he says yeah, then
I got a party tomorrow, so it all depends on what time I get home from the party.
you mean tonight?
Well, yeah.
So you let me know. Otherwise, we'll do it.
I'll shoot you a text.
Yeah. If you're not up to it, then we'll go clear. Then Sunday, Jeremy has a live at 3 o'clock Eastern. Is Cheryl?
Yeah,
2 p.m. your time.
Your time. Yeah.
Remember, I got
2 p.m. our time. Yeah.
More specific on my side now, because you guys say 2 o'clock, and then I'm like, okay, does that mean
I know
Central or what?
That whole Central thing.
Yeah. And then
I speak.
Yeah, one later on Sunday.
No,
right?
not this Sunday. I tried to get some guests, but I haven't heard back. So if there's nobody coming in, then I'll skip it for the week.
And then 7 o'clock at the schmuck above you has a
Schmuck.
that schmuck right there next to me. Mike has some videos coming on soon, and Mr. Scott Master Drill, we'll see him Monday morning. So until then, fellows, you guys have a great night. Enjoy, relax, stay out of trouble, because I got no money for bail. So if you get stuck, you're stuck. Capiche? Capiche? Capiche.
Yep. Capiche.
Yeah.
Capiche.
All right,
everybody
guys.
in the chat, thank you very much for hanging out with us. The few that are still here, we appreciate that. Emily, especially you. Have a great night, and I know soon you're gonna be flying to the Philippines, and I hope you take a lot of pictures and videos. You guys ride Muppets in unison. Have no idea what that means.
It's a troll. It's a troll. You know.
Yeah. Because no, we don't do Muppets. We do real cars.
I ride them, in unison with. Well, I was going to say with your mother, but yeah, of course I said.
Yeah. Your mother.
Shalom, shalom.